This video contains strong language not suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
So, when last we left off, Deke had carried on your adventure and had decided to introduce you to some friends of his called the Guild. And he kind of took off down one of the tunnels after the cloaker incident, and a brief climb up the stairs of learning. You guys were led down some very long, winding tunnels, and after crawling through a small entranceway, were greeted by the eyes of a very large clan of rat men, rat people, rat folk. We'll go with rat folk. Gender neutral is important. We're very progressive here. So a large colony of rat folk, including two particular characters, the Grey Seer, who had some very insightful things to say to all of you, and a rat named Thankwol, who kind of rubbed the party the wrong way, especially when he mentioned his. It was brought up that he was a former slaver, or was a slaver. He's a former slaver now because after being charged with taking you to the last place they all saw, Core, or what they just called the metal dwarf, where they last saw him. Thankwol led you into a trap, and in this trap, a trap that he had presumably used on other people previously. He fortunately, you all were able to handle that without too much trouble, and as Thankwol tried to escape, his spine was crushed beneath the hand of one particular Goliath. Yeah, unless they're we'll pick up pretty much right where we left off, where it's just the 7, 8, counting Thankwol. I believe it's 8. 8 of you in the room. Thankwol has not stopped screaming, and this has just gone into very high frequency, like a dog whistle, just this high pitched screeching, and he's trying to scrabble away, while Ronan is still pressing his hand into Thankwol's spine and pinning him to the stone.
Maybe I grab, also I'm sick, maybe I grab his little schnoot to try to muffle his screams.
Yeah, he's you've got him pinned, so you kind of reach around with the other hand, and now it's just a very muffled, and there's some articulation in there, but you can't tell what it is. It's probably curse words in several languages, but none that you speak. Also, none of you speak Mumble, unfortunately, so you're a little out of luck.
I speak something close. I'm sick. I think I said that.
Hello, sick. I need to move that out of the way for now. I don't need that yet.
So we did just do a short rest, technically.
Yes.
You guys took some time. Normally in a situation like this, you're like in the danger zone, because you're surrounded on all sides. However, the fact that you have a screaming rat has scared away anything that's going to come bother you. So you guys took a minute, took a breather, kind of recollected yourselves, and over the course of that short rest, Thankwol stops screaming. It looks like he's passed out just from the pain, and he just tired himself out, and he's just unconscious on the floor.
I'm going to go pick up my chains and whatever rope is left.
Okay. Yeah.
Broke out of.
The rope. It looks like he was able to wear away the rope. The chains, he just popped one of the links loose and then was able to snake out of the rest of it. So you still have usable chain plus or minus a link.
Perfect. I go back over towards Thankwol, and I look at Thalia and I go, Thalia, you wouldn't happen to have, like, a restoration spell, something that could fix his little leggies, would you?
I mean, it's a lot of damage.
I
Hey.
know,
Why are we fixing his legs?
because he doesn't quite have a reason to help us at the moment, and if we can give him a reason that perhaps we could fix him, maybe he will answer some questions and take us to the place.
He doesn't seem incredibly helpful.
Lythar has gone and kind of like resettled all of his stuff, and he comes over. He goes, "Yeah, I don't want to help him if we don't have to."
I think it's time we got out
I don't
of
wanna
these
help him either.
stinky, dirty sewers.
Out, we have to go down, though.
Nope.
We have to find
out.
Core.
I say just put him in the poop.
No!
I have
Look,
some
we did
questions.
this much to him already.
I have some questions for our little
He's already
mousy
kind of
boy.
he's already kind of in the poop. I mean, it's poop.
Well, I mean, Lythar kind of was like, "Well, we don't have to hold him under for long." I don't like slavers as much as the next guy.
Is there a river of poop near us?
There are two streams.
Streams
'Cause
of
this is sort of a grotto area that the sewers, instead of tunneling through a side tunnel, they just branched into this cave structure, and it saved them like 2 weeks worth of tunneling. It's definitely a shortcut that they took, but they still like laid the trench, and so there's still sewage coming down this path. But there's a clean water like stream running next to it.
Oh, there's clean water too.
Correct.
I'm gonna go over to Thankwell. Thankwell.
Thankful.
I'm gonna.
And I'm gonna grab him by the schnoot and drag him over to the water.
Yeah, he's
Ronan, no.
Does he wake up?
unconscious still.
He's
I'm gonna
unconscious still.
choose to ignore the situation and just kind of walk around the room and look at things and stuff, and the things that we killed. Just looking.
So he's not
Exploring.
moving. He's out cold. Is that because he's at 0 hit points?
He basically he's asleep. Like
He's asleep.
he the trauma and the 30 minutes of screaming kind of tires you out after a little bit.
So here's my big question. We understand that the door is down, and I'm pretty sure we all know which direction down is. So I think that would be fine. But I look over at Thrall and I say, Thrall, I don't know if you noticed when the seer was talking to you, but he said that you were trying to find your family and asked you about your mother, and then sent for this slaver rat. I think he might know something about your mother.
You
That's
have a
definitely
mother.
Possible.
What was that?
I said that's definitely possible. It sounds like it's possible.
So how do we wake him up and make him talk about this?
Dip him.
No.
No.
Thrall.
Look,
Why
I
does
hate-
Ronan want
I
to
hate
find you a
slavery
mother?
as much as you do. But you've done enough.
But we need to know about Thrall's mother. That's part of his quest. We need to wake him up somehow. Do you have a better idea?
Give him a good shake.
I think the better idea is just to get out of the sewers to where it's clean and I can be shiny again. I'm not very shiny.
Robbie from the corner goes, "Excuse me, friends. Would it be possible to just take him to the surface with us? If we continue on and find this door that he mentioned, could we not just take him with us? He will not be able to move very well. And if we restrain him again, he is not likely to escape."
I mean, I guess that's a good point.
The metallic
Have a good
man
point.
makes a point.
I guess I tie up his upper half with chain, and do we perceive any exits to the surface from where we are? Or do we have to hike all the way
we
back up
barely
there?
know where we are. We
I
very
think we need to
barely
keep
know
going to
where
the
we are.
door.
You want to go? I'm fine with going to the door.
I think we should go to the door.
I want to go
We
to the
need to
door.
stop your friend.
I vote door.
Hmm.
Robbie goes, My objective has not changed. I must understand this anomaly if I'm to
Cool.
do anything about it.
What was an anomaly?
Your metal, the short one.
Ah. Him.
I must
And
understand
point
him.
to Mori.
Shiny
Oh.
short one.
Oh, okay.
The metal.
I'm a
the
no.
metal dwarf. I must understand him if I am to stop him.
So who votes door? Say I.
Lythar is like, my vote doesn't matter. I guess we're going to the door.
I'm going to re-restrain Thankful with the chains of his upper half and kind of throw him over my shoulder like that little skeleton dude from Hellboy.
Okay.
And shall we continue on?
Did you give him a good shake?
Ooh, I take him around my shoulder and I shake him.
You're all buying me beer and armor and more beer when we get out of this.
When you shake him, he kind of flops around for a little, and his eyes open, and he's looking around, and he is not. His eyes are open. He's looking around. He's not with it. His eyes remain they don't focus on anything. He's just rattled.
Yeah, I look at him and I say, "You know anything about this one's mother?" And I turn him around and I kind of shake him towards Thrall.
He's like, "Fuck your mother! Stop shaking me, and I'll stop."
I turn him around and I lay him on the ground like a little burrito.
Face up or face down?
Face up.
Okay, so he's just on his back.
Mm-hmm.
He looks up and he's like, "What's it to you?
I don't.
Orcs got a mother. Orcs got mothers. You practically killed me.
That was your own fault. You tried to run away. You led us into a trap. You're mean.
You try living down here. Nice guys don't live down here very long."
Thrall, why is everyone so interested in your mother?
I hear she's
really
a
sure.
nice lady.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah, I probably. He's like, "Hey, Tusky, get over here. Let me get a look at you."
I kind of use my foot to kind of prop up Tranquil's head/back area to kind of.
Have I found anything cool?
Oh yeah, is there
Wandering
any
the room?
stuff in the room? We never looted the room.
I'm wandering around the room.
So in the room, there's a large, like what looks like a bunch of pieces of old armor, in various states from various eras. It definitely looks like the rust monsters. This is a commonly used trap, or like this is basically like if an adventurer dies, they drag the body here and just chuck it in this room, and let the ecosystem take its course. Nothing really impressive. You do find a leather-bound book that has a clasping lock on it.
Is this like that book from Harry Potter? With
You can try to open it.
I try to open the book.
Well, Lamy found it. He's the only one looking. You're busy being a rat recliner.
I'm gonna pick up the book. What does it look like? Just an ordinary leather-bound book?
It looks so. It's the cover is leather, but the corners are basically the top looks like it has a little frame out of a very dark wood,
like walnut,
or like it's just a very fine dark wood on both sides. So when it sits, it has more weight to it. And the lock does not have the clasp has a lock, but no keyhole. It definitely, like when you touch it, the book feels warmer than it probably should.
So I can't open it because it has no keyhole, right?
You could try.
I'm gonna.
There is no immediate.
Trying to melt the clasp.
It's a great idea.
I'm gonna walk over to Thalia and say, I found this. I really don't
book,
like
book.
books.
Gimme.
You seem like the type to like books.
Yes.
So the book that he hands you, roll Arcana. Give me an Arcana check.
Alright.
And Maury, if you want to assist, you can use because this is like because of the mechanics of the lock. This is something that would probably be interesting to you if you want to give her an assist.
Sure, I'll give her a hand. Why not?
I got a 2. I just wanted to roll.
First roll of the game is a 2. Great, get that quick start.
Can I mostly like check out the lock? I don't really care about the book. I want to look at the lock.
Yeah. So if you guys want to, Thalia, make your roll at advantage, and then Maury, give me, because you guys are gonna basically assist each other. Maury, give me an investigation check at advantage.
That's a 16 for Arcana for me.
I forgot to bring up my dice roller. Hold on.
So
Oh God.
It's in the character creation tab in Discord.
Right.
Google also has one, by the way.
Google? You can also ask Alexa.
Or
You can get dice.
you buy a dice tray from
Oh,
Sheckler Woodworking.
dice.
This episode's sponsor. Enter our
Gosh.
free giveaway of a Sheckler Woodworking dice tray. He'll
Then you
deliver it
too
directly to
make-
your house.
Allegedly.
Anyway, how'd you do, DP?
I got. Wait, was I rolling What was I rolling?
Investigation advantage.
Okay, so I got a 20 on the first roll.
Natural or
bad.
dirty?
But dirty.
Dirty 20. Okay, what's your second one?
It's 17 plus 6 is 23.
Okay. So the two of you kind of take a quick peek at this and like kind of pass it back and forth to look at it. This is definitely a wizard's journal / spellbook that has been locked to that wizard. However, it is entirely possible for with a little bit of time, Maury, this is something you've seen this kind of tinkering. You've seen this lock before, and it's definitely something you can get through. It would just take it would take a decent amount of time, because this lock this is a very difficult kind of lock to make, and it only opens to the wizard who is attuned to it.
If only we had a rogue with a lockpick set.
Nah, that would not work.
Oh.
There's nowhere to put a lockpick. It
What if they
looks
roll
like
nat 20? Will a hole just appear?
no. It looks like just like smooth metal, but Maury, you can see there's inscriptions and sigildry on the outside
Sigildry.
band as well as on the
Sigils?
face,
Sigildry.
where someone would like put their thumb on the pages as they're
It's
turning
like
it.
an iPhone.
I'll tell you what, Thalia. We'll cut you a deal. You let me check
Okay.
out this lock, okay, at our next break, or wherever we rest after
Alright.
this disgusting mess. You can have the book. I just want to check out the lock.
Interesting. Okay. I'm game. Do you want me to keep it safe? I've got like all these waterproof like things.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Water and poop proof. How convenient.
Yes.
Yeah.
So while the
Meanwhile,
lock has
over
been-
at Traumatized Rat Town. So yeah, Thankful has basically is like, hey, Tusky, get over here. Let me look at you. Let me see if I can remember anything about you. And so you kind of do you want to walk over and give him the satisfaction or
No. He got enough when he got
He's
in my
like-
face.
he's like, what? Get over here. Let me answer the big guy's questions.
I
only
pick
got
him
one
up
spot.
again and kind of shackle him at Thrall.
I can't see when you're shaking me. Stop shaking me.
I
You've
stopped
already
shaking him.
Okay. It finally settles and his eyes stop like rolling around in his head. And he looks and goes, huh. Weird. And gets a little like he starts moving, looking out of one eye and then the other. Looking back and forth, and he goes, huh. Yeah,
Well-
probably.
Probably or yes.
Yeah, probably. You think I remember everybody that comes through my boat? Comes
You
through
have
my
a boat?
slave tunnels? Like, dude, not to brag, but I so many go through, dude. I don't know what you want from me. How am I supposed to spot one orc's mother out of all the other orcs that come through?
Can
make
I
great-
insight and see if he's lying?
I can.
Can I
Uh,
assist Brandon?
so
Shake it
Brandon,
more.
Brandon, are you gonna use that thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna use that thing.
He is absolutely lying to you.
But I don't
Um,
know he's lying.
No.
Okay.
If you want to make an insight check, you can.
I'll just see if Thrall
It-
tells me.
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah, I was gonna say, can I tell them if he's lying?
You know that he's lying to you. You know that he's lying and he does recognize you. What you do with that information is up to you.
I'm gonna look at Ronan and just say he's lying to both of us.
I start shaking him more.
No, stop. I'm telling the truth. I'd never seen him.
I reach down with one hand and I grab a toe and I break it.
He doesn't feel it.
Oh.
Do you remember that you paralyzed him like an hour ago?
I bring him down and I grab
Robbie.
his front paw.
Robbie looks over and goes, I do not believe that is an effective strategy.
Oh, yeah,
Bring him
thanks.
over to me.
I holding his back paw, which I just freshly broke a toe, bring him over to to Thrall, just kind of holding him up here.
Robbie's going to walk like a little too close for comfort. He's just like right next to Ronan, and
I
he's
look
just
at
like,
him and I give him a sniff.
yeah, he smells like everybody else down here.
Interesting. Have I learned
Smells like
anything
a
from
poopy
that?
rat.
No, I was
Uh,
smelling Robbie.
Oh, I thought you were
So
smelling the
so
rat.
anyway, Thrall, what's up?
Oh, I'm gonna look at the little rat man and tell him that if you don't tell us the truth, I'm gonna headbutt you.
Is that supposed to be scary? I get headbutted all the time. I swear, I ain't seen a woman. Nah, I got nothing.
I'm gonna headbutt him.
Okay. Give me an attack roll, please.
Yeah. This is everything I hoped it would be. Beating up this
God.
jerk of a rat.
I got a 7.
Okay.
Well, he's
Yeah,
bound and
he's
paralyzed.
restrained, so you'll hit. I should have just had you roll damage. So that's an unarmed attack. So are you going? So as an unarmed attack, you can make any damage be non-lethal, or you could just roll for all the damage that you've got.
Oh no, it's I wanted to be on non-lethal.
Okay, so you're not trying to kill him. You're trying to rattle his cage. So your head comes down and you hear the bones of his snout crack. And his long rat snout just droops. It's kind of hanging down in front. And he starts screaming
I
again.
grab his snoot.
Don't do that.
It's a much more pathetic scream. He's like, the wind is knocked out of it. He's like, oh, he just starts sobbing. He's like, fine, I'll tell you. What do you want?
Any information you have about his mother?
I'm not talking to you. What do you
I
want?
shake him a little bit.
Hey! by the fucking Great Hornwood, I swear to God, if you do that again.
When was the last time you saw her?
5 years ago.
Do
Human.
you know where she was headed?
Well, I don't know where they were going with her, but I could tell you whose ship I put her on.
Fair enough.
Son of a- It was an elf ship. Bastard's name was Sylvanius. I didn't get a last name, and I didn't ask him for it. Ow! He's still just crying, but he's no longer bleeding as profusely from the head wound you gave him. The last time I saw her was on the damned elf ship. That's the last time I saw her, 5 years ago. They were heading east. God. Anything else?
It was an elf slaver ship?
Slavers, I've only known him as a... He doesn't like to be called a slaver. He doesn't always slave. Sometimes he deals with refugees. I don't know. She was chained up with the rest of them. Can you let me go now, or are you gonna headbutt me again?
Is he
Oh, no,
lying?
I'm not gonna
I
headbutt.
say, let him go. Let's see where he can go. Let's see how fast he can get there.
Can he even walk?
Is he lying?
Aiden-
Can I insight that whole conversation?
Yeah, you can give me an insight check.
Depending on what he gets, I think I'm gonna use the ring.
Nat 1.
Yeah, the ring is telling you the ring is automatic.
Okay.
I believe. Let me just look at your sheet here that we made.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think that just happens.
Sorry.
Yeah, allows to where turn-wise it will. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you just have to ask, is he lying?
I'll just wait until
Yeah, so Ronan, you're not sure what he said is. You think he's telling the
sounds
truth?
pretty truthful to me.
I mean, it's hard to lie with a broken snout.
I had a broken snout once.
I'm gonna use the ring of truth telling.
Yep. As far as you know, and as far as he believes he is telling the truth, that is the last time he saw.
I was gonna say to Rowan, I believe he's telling the truth.
I thought so too.
How about we either let him go or kill him, so we can either get
I
into
break his
or
neck.
out of these sewers.
Okay.
Wait,
Did Team like Book
hold,
Nerd
please.
see all this?
There was a lot of uncomfortable, like crunching noises and some screaming to draw your attention. Whether or not you guys are squeamish or worried about that, the sight of all the blood and breakage that's happening, I don't know how you guys feel about that kind of thing.
I'm fine.
did it already happen,
Well,
or can I talk?
This is let's give you guys an opportunity to jump in on this scene.
Whoa, escalated a little too quickly.
Yeah.
He's a slaver. He's a bad guy.
So
Listen, can I intervene? I'm sorry. Right. Let me play a little bit of good cop here. Okay,
I
let's
wiggle him towards Amori.
calm yourself. It's okay. Let me talk to him without him being like tortured right now.
I'm not
Okay,
torturing
so-
him. I'm holding him.
yeah, but have you seen the way you hold people?
I think it's quite gentle.
Yeah, well, I could see you don't have a girlfriend.
I drop him on the ground.
Ow! He's just face first on the ground, and you just hear, and he just starts like muttering in rat just into the floor.
Okay. let's see.
So he doesn't crawl away. I
if you-
put my foot on his tail because I know
He's still hogtied.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he's still chained up.
I still put my
Alright.
foot on his tail.
Mm.
Makes me
My
feel
furry
better.
friend. All right. If you promise us to lead to the door, okay, I might help you out and try to get these guys to not snap your neck.
He doesn't know I
Okay.
was gonna snap his neck.
Well, I could feel the anger in your eyes as you.
It's becoming your MO, unfortunately.
All right. So if you lead us to the door, we find Core. You're not lying to us. Maybe I kind of look up at Ronan and Thrall. We let him go. He can still be paralyzed. That's fine. We can still break his back and leave his legs kind of dangly. That's fine. He's a jerk, but he can have his life. He can't be a slaver without being a
Can I
cripple.
can I have a sidebar with
There's a
Ronan?
boat. Sure, I walk over with Thrall.
You guys
Is
want
that
to have a
both?
sidebar?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Are you
boat?
typing this to me or speaking with words?
I'll just say it
Alright.
because so I think that we should let him live so we can find Core, and then so we tell him that he's gonna live, and he is gonna live, but he's paralyzed and hogtied, so we just leave him there when we find Core.
I suppose that would work. Do you spill your beer?
No, that was my reaction to we're just going to tie him up and leave him in the sewers.
I mean, that's where he lives. We're leaving him tied up in his home.
But he can't move.
He can
So-
move half of himself, the upper half.
Yeah, but it's hogtied.
True, but I want my chains back. They're very important to me.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I don't think there is a bridge. We're underground.
Now, I heard that they can make bridges underground. Right?
Oh, really? I would very much like to see that.
I would much rather visit a bridge above ground right now.
I grab, what's his tits by the chain and pick him up. And I'm like, are you going to bring us to the door? And I
He's like-
grab his snoot and I shake his head, yes. And then I let go.
I can. Yeah, fine. I can't walk anywhere. Someone's going to have to carry me, I guess.
I carry.
But I'll tell you where the gore's going. Great. Let's all go to the door and see this. Whatever the fuck it is you guys are after down here. I want nothing to do with it anymore.
Well, you're gonna have something to do with it because he's dangerous. So we need to take care of him. That's why we're doing the whole shebang. He's important.
Who
Don't
the
mess- he could
the
kill
metal
your
guy?
entire guild- He could kill your entire guild. You don't even know.
You guys could probably kill my entire guild. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about my hide.
It's not very nice. I don't really want it.
I'm worried about keeping it attached to me.
Oh.
Do we want to get going? I don't want to
Yes.
die, and I want to get
Where
you
do
guys
I
where you're
go?
going. All right.
Point me.
Hold
oh
on, turn me
mighty
around.
Pointer. I start spinning in circles.
Not so fast. Not so
I
fast.
slow down.
He's like, all right. Which way do we come in?
That way. Is that where we came in from?
Robbie kind of perks him and goes, we entered to the south door.
Mm.
Shall we go to the north? And Hank was like, yeah, you fucking think so? Jesus, I thought robots were smart. Come on. Just keep going that way.
I walk that way.
Robbie grabs you by the shoulder and goes, one moment, please. And he's going to take a second. And this is the one spell that wasn't on his character sheet.
Robbie learned lick.
Doo-doo-doo, biddly-biddly-bee. And so he's going to take a second, and the symbols on the palms of his hands glow white and then somehow look like they're radiating darkness, and it passes over all of you. And so he's going to pass without trace, you guys.
Yes.
Cool.
He goes, thank you. I'm worried that he may shout and raise an alarm if we are not careful.
Then I
And
can
Thankful
break
was,
this neck.
Thankful was like, I would never do that. No. Listen, We got off on 3 of the wrong feet, but there's still one good foot.
I only have 2 feet.
It's an expression. It's a rat expression. It's fine. I'm not. We're square. You guys
I'm
made
not
it through.
square.
You guys made it
I'm
through
person
through
shaped.
the challenge. I'll take you where you need to go. I promise I won't scream. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
And Thrall, he's telling the truth.
All right.
He's a little scared shitless. If he had pants, he would have pissed him by now. And so
Did he pee on Ronan?
no, he peed while he was on the ground. And so there's just like a puddle of yellow foul-smelling stuff in the middle of all the brown and green foul-smelling stuff.
I really kind of want to rub his nose in it.
You guys have already started. You guys have already started down the hall.
Bad dog.
So everybody,
Is it Doc?
Dog.
it's pretty dark. But I figure you guys have a marching order similar to what you've had, where people are sort of working with each other.
I guess I'm in the front because
With the rat, and the
With the
rat
rat.
is he's guiding you and kind of whispering to you, telling you which turns to take.
I'm picturing
and-
his snoot looking like Scrap from Ice Age. It's just kind of like blue.
Yeah, kind of. But as you guys travel through this north tunnel, you start to see incandescent lichen lighting the way, or bioluminescent. I'm sorry, bioluminescent fungi and stuff like that lighting the way. So it's not pitch dark, but it's still shadowy enough that you guys can still see.
I
Still
was
see
just
what's
gonna
happening.
be like, there's bioluminescent werewolves? My goodness.
That's later. Let me write that one down. Hang on.
That's in
Oh,
the
no.
other sewers.
That we will not be visiting anytime soon.
Don't worry about it. So as you guys keep going, everybody give me a stealth and a perception check, please.
Stealth, we get +10 because pass without a trace.
Yep.
That's good because I rolled a 2.
Yep.
So I got a 12.
I got a 20 for stealth.
I got 24 for stealth.
Oh, Rachel's had enough.
Oh,
Rachel's so stealthy she left.
My Discord for the past 10 minutes has just been like a dark screen.
oh.
I don't know
How
what
was
that,
I
I think it
so-
fixed itself.
Oh,
That's
I
okay.
rolled
can't-
disadvantage on stealth.
You said stealth and what?
Perception.
I,
Oh, that's
roll,
not
I
bad.
got a 2 for perception.
Or if your
I got a
arcana,
14.
if your arcana is higher, you can roll arcana.
Okay.
Perception. Okay.
Both of mine are 0. My passive perception is 10.
We're off to a good start, boys.
I got 24 for stealth and 15 if we're doing arcana.
26
Also-
for stealth and 14 for arcana.
Okay.
I
did any-
learned that I cannot be surprised. Or I have advantage on all dexterity saving throws if I'm not blinded or deafened.
Mhm.
I didn't know that. I learned
Um,
that today. So if you're gonna throw one of those at
who-
me,
Who did anybody roll above a 15 for their perception?
I
rolled
did.
a
I got an 18.
I
Okay.
got a 15 for.
15. What did you roll, Thalia?
14.
Okay.
you could also roll an Arcana check.
I think. Did you
I
roll
did.
arcana or perception?
I rolled arcana.
Well,
Oh, Kendrick's here. Perfect. I don't have to.
You got to roll, Kenny.
Hello.
Nah,
Can
we'll
he
let him
be-
jump in.
Hello.
roll
Oh.
stealth and perception, quick.
No, he's fine. I
I literally
rolled his
just
stuff.
set up my entire PC up.
I rolled for him. He's
Are
good.
you wearing pants?
Yeah, I can't. This won't stay.
Just put it
See,
upside down.
this
on
is
the
what
desk.
this is what you were just doing to Thankful. Just so we're all quick frame of reference. You know, imagine having just been paralyzed and then your entire face just was broken. He's had a real rough go of things. Perfect. And so
Dice.
Lythar and Lythar, Lami, and Thrall, you guys start seeing weird patterns. That look like they've been burned. They look like they've been burned into the algae and into the wall.
Good kind of patterns.
They're very angular shapes and things. Does anybody speak or read Dwarvish?
Kendrick does.
Yes, I do.
No, I don't.
DP should.
Oh.
DP does.
So DP. I thought you spoke Dwarvish. No, you speak all the other good languages. So DP, you as you're walking through, you see that these look like these are dwarven letters. These are dwarven runes that have been embedded in this wall. Make an Arcana check for me, please.
Ooh.
Did you guys take a break at all yet? Or no.
Nope,
We
not yet.
did at the end of oh, do you mean like in a IRL break?
In IRL.
No.
No.
Okay.
I got a 7 total.
Okay.
They're symbols.
Yeah, these definitely look like some kind of magical symbol because it looks like you've seen this kind of stuff before with artificing where it looks like something's been burned into it.
So
But whatever it is,
So it looks like it was burned and not like metallic-y scraped.
yeah, it is. It's not like a scrape. It looks like whatever it was burned this pattern into the moss that's been growing on these walls.
Okay.
But you can't quite figure out what or why.
What does it smell like?
Honestly, as you're getting further down this tunnel, it's smelling less and less like sewer. And as you come down this tunnel, the sewer branches off to your left, and the rest of this tunnel kind of branches off to the right. The lichen continues off to your right.
I wiggle thankful back and forth and go, which way do we go?
You go to the right. Go to the right.
The right, that's where the sewer goes.
No, the sewer goes left.
Sewer
Are you an
goes
idiot?
left.
Go to the right.
A little bit, yes. Going to the right.
Go,
I go to the right.
Go not with the sewer. Go that way.
Okay.
And as you guys are going, more and more of these symbols start to show up. And as you're getting closer, DP, you're starting to see, or Mari, you're starting to see that these are, they're still not words, but you're starting to see that these look like syllables. It's like if the letter contains some kind of power, but they're not true words. There are a lot of like syllables and sounds in the Dwarven language.
Does anybody else here speak Dwarvish?
Nope.
Can he read them? What do they say? They're just letters? I'm very good at word puzzles.
Everybody, anyone who wants to take a look at, does anyone want to take a look at one of these letters?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So I will
I'll look at a letter.
I'll let
Can
so
I use
I will
athletics?
I'll let 2 people take point and 2 people assist on these letters. So who wants to be the point person and who wants to give the assist?
I mean, I'll definitely assist. But
I rolled a thing and I got
What are
a
we
19.
rolling?
Either Arcana or Investigation, whichever is higher, or whichever you would prefer. If you want to roll low, that's your own choice.
I rolled already
Thanks.
and I got a 19.
I will assist.
Okay.
Another one, just in case it's a 20?
I can
So-
roll.
It's a 5.
I
Okay.
can roll for Arcana.
Well, I got a 19 first.
All right. So I'm rolling at advantage.
Correct. Who's helping who? Mario, are you helping Thalia or are you helping Lami? Or is Lami helping
I'm
Thalia?
gonna help Thalia.
Okay.
24 in Arcana.
Okay. And
She knows
19
more
for
than me.
Did you have a? Was that
do
a
you
dirty
see-
19?
Do you see that one? It looks
Yes.
kind of like a cat.
It was a static 19.
I mean,
have no
it's actually the symbol
modifiers in
for-
like anything that helps with this.
So the one that looks like a cat, that Thalia that you're looking at, as you look closer and you start to see the burn, like how it looks like it's been burned,
Mhm.
and like you kind of put your fingers up against it and you feel, it almost feels like it's empty inside the wall in that shape. It definitely feels like this was some kind of a ward or defensive rune that's been triggered. And so there's just like the symbol would be invisible until somebody trips it. And then based on the burning into the stone and out through this moss and how the moss still hasn't grown over it, this was not a small amount of juice that went coursing through this thing. So whatever, it looks like it's been tripped a while back,
Okay.
but whatever tripped this did not survive. And so you're starting to see that this hallway has one of these warding runes in different shapes every probably 10, 15 feet staggered on each wall as you go further down this tunnel.
Guys, if we stop seeing these pictures, we need to stop moving. These are wards, and if we trigger one by accident, get the picture.
What did I learn?
I told you.
You learn that like your because of the magic that kind of powers you, you get a sense of danger from this ward.
What does it
And
smell
you get-
like?
Danger. It actually smells like, if you get real close and give it a good sniff, it smells like ozone and
So it was electrical energy.
what it probably like
And poop.
from your experience, it smells like after a cannon blast. It smells like burned gunpowder.
I say
Wow.
this smells like danger, and
I told you.
I
I
bring
told you.
Thanquil around. Thanquil.
Thankful.
Thanquil.
THANQOL.
It's like NyQuil, but I'm thankful about it.
And
And I'm like, oi, do you know what these are? And I kind of wiggle him at the thing on the wall.
how am I supposed to know? These were all dead by the time I discovered this cave.
So if I walk down here holding you out at arm's reach in front of me, you're okay with that?
I mean, no, but I'm sure I can't stop you.
Wait, so they're deactivated all the way to the door.
That deactivated or triggered. It's all the ones I could find, and I sent a lot of a lot of volunteers through this tunnel. Definitely not slaves. They were volunteers.
I told you all we
Does
should
he
have gone to
volunteer?
the tavern. Much
Mhm.
safer in the tavern.
What'd you say, Thrall?
Does he volunteer? Can he be a volunteer?
I can't walk. How am I supposed to be a volunteer if I can't walk?
Just toss him down the hallway.
I start walking down the hallway with him held out at arm's reach.
Okay. He's like, I listen, I can't promise anything. I'm pretty sure we got them all, but they might have reactivated. They've been known to do that. As you guys are walking down the hall. Fortunately, as you guys keep going down this hall, the glowing moss on this hallway begins to disperse a little bit, and you're starting to see recessed. It looks like, as you guys walk by, it just looks like a piece of glass embedded in the wall with this steady reddish light coming out from behind it. And these lanterns are starting to appear. They're starting to show up in this wall. And the wall is beginning to change from the brick. You guys have left the brick of the sewers behind and are more in this natural cave structure. But now the walls are beginning to smooth out and look like they've been chiseled out of the stone by professionals. And you guys are coming down this hallway. There's still scratchings from rats and whatever other denizens have been in this part of the sewers or this part of the tunnels. But you're not seeing any more of these of these wards anywhere. And as you come down this tunnel, you're starting to see more and more light. That's still this warm, ruddy orange color. And as you guys are coming through, what's everybody's passive perceptions?
10.
11.
14.
10.
10.
Lythar, yours is a 15. It's underneath your saving throws, under your passive senses.
Oh,
Yeah, what's Robbie? Robbie also has a 15. So Robbie, who's still following close behind Ronan, reaches out and grabs Ronan's arm and puts out an arm
I
to
stop.
everybody else. Lythar, you hear it as well. You hear someone speaking in Dwarvish coming from around the corner.
Are we stealthed or do we have to re-stealth?
You guys are probably 50 feet away from the corner, and you aren't making any sound. You guys are good for now. If you guys go to move up, there will be a stealth check. But Pass Without a Trace is still up. So Robbie and Lythar are the only ones who hear this dwarf.
Oh.
Why are we stopped?
Robbie looks to you, Lythar, and goes, "You hear that as well, yes?"
yes, I do. Also, sorry, we're going through a tunnel. There's a corner we're about to, is there another pass we can go?
This is
Or-
Thankful
or is it
has
one-
Thankful's been told to lead you to the door. This is the one path to the door that he has led you on. If you guys double back, you'll eventually rejoin the sewers, or you can go back to the grotto where you guys fought the rust monsters and the ropers
No.
and the
I don't
Grick,
think
the
we're
one
going
Grick.
there.
Okay. Dropped some. So I kind of look around at everybody. I'm just like, there's a voice up around the corner. It's in Dwarvish. I have no idea what it's saying, but there is a voice. It could be danger. It could be friend. What do you guys want to do?
We should see.
We should turn around, go to the tavern, and let this all blow over.
We turn around. It's gonna take us way longer to get to the tavern, Dragon Boy.
That's okay.
Who understands Dwarvish?
I do.
Not I. You see, I
can't-
met this dwarf in a tavern, and leaving the tavern has led me here. Not a wise decision to leave the tavern.
Maury, could you
Yeah, can I
sneak,
try and
like,
hear?
10 feet in front
Wait
of
a
us
minute.
and-
I'm gonna say Lythar kind of goes for a second. You guys realize we're looking for a dwarf this entire time. Have we forgot about that? There's a dwarven voice. We should probably go towards the dwarf.
War words.
To warwards.
Can I like sneak past and try and listen to what?
Yeah, if
They're
you
saying.
want to sneak closer towards that corner, actually, if you give me a stealth check, you could probably get all the way up to the corner and peek around it.
The
If you
reason
wanted
why
to-
I wanted Lythar to do this was because literally in my brain I was like, wait a minute, this is what we're trying to do. I like completely forgot why the hell we were down here.
Lythar, if you want to go with him,
Yeah, I have good stealth. I would like to.
Plus 10.
I got a
Yeah.
plus 10. Okay, I got a
plus 10.
Oh, is someone using the?
Pass without trace.
Robbie used Pass Without Trace because he was worried about Thankful squealing,
Right.
literally,
So that's our bonus and the plus 10.
and plus 10.
Mhm.
Yes.
I
I
broke
got
his
22
spine.
then. Sorry, 22.
Oh boy. So I got a 19 plus 10, 29 plus 8.
A lot.
37.
Cool. So
37.
Disappear.
Lythar like presses up against the stone
Suck it in.
and just
Turn
like
me into a rock.
and he just like he fits into the curve into the shape of the wall and just like fits and hides and Maury does not get quite as
Ooh.
Well, that's not safe for work. Demonetized.
Do I see Lythar at all?
You see,
Jesus.
yeah, you see where his shadow is. You don't see him. You could just see like this little separation between him and the wall where his shadow is. But Mari and Lythar, you guys sneak up around the corner, and it's kind of like a Scooby-Doo cartoon, where like Mari's head pokes out, and then Lythar's pokes out above it. Frank really wanted to come, but he's like, no, I'm gonna wait. I'll hang out back here. And so you guys turn the corner, and there is another long stretch of hallway, probably 25 feet or so. This is brilliantly lit with this warm yellow light coming from these recessed lamps in the wall. And about 30 feet away from you, you see an absolutely enormous door. It's probably 20 feet wide and about 50 feet tall. And it comes up and then angles into a point at the roof. And all across this thing is ornate dwarven metalwork. There are gold bands running through this. This door is just, it looks like it's generating its own light. It's just this enormous glowing golden door. All this gold filigree is on top of a black stone door with 3 square panels made of silver. Equidistant coming down the front of this door. And at the base of the door, there are 2 figures. One of them is standing almost like he's on his tiptoes and like someone would be pulling his hair. And the other figure has its hand sort of on the back of this dwarf's head. And the dwarf who's kind of arched back is the one speaking. And Mari, you hear the dwarf, and it sounds like he's just reciting names. And you hear Petire Stonehearth, who sired Brigitte, Dorian, and Gareth Stonehearth. Gareth Stonehearth, who sired Arix and Brandenburg. Arix Stonehearth, who sired me, Darren Stonehearth. I am the last of my clan. And the other dwarf just pulls his hand away, and this dwarf drops to the ground. And now that the light from the dwarf isn't in the way, you see Lythar, you recognize Kor's face as the dwarf. You see the sheen of metal on Kor's face as he looks down at the dwarf on the floor.
Is that him? Is that your guy? Is that the dwarf?
You saw
That's the
him.
guy. That's the guy.
I'm not.
You rode in the back of a wagon with him.
Wait, just to clarify, I thought the 2 dwarfs were on the panel of the door, or there was actually
They are in
2
front of the door.
in front. Okay, for a second I thought you were talking about like a figure, like okay.
There are just 3 panels.
Persons.
And then there are 2 people probably 10 to
Okay.
15, they're probably like 15 feet away from the door. And the first one just dropped. And so Kor is standing about 15 feet away from this door.
Right.
Can I tell if the other dwarf is, a dwarf and not a Metal Mario dwarf?
No, the sound he made when he hit the ground, you know the sound metal makes? That was the sound of flesh. That was a body hitting the floor. The wet slap. Everyone else down the hall, you hear the dwarvish stop. And you hear a thud.
We should go back and tell everybody.
Since I had like the ridiculous sneak roll, I'm gonna look at Mori and say, "You stay right here, keep an eye on him. I'm gonna creep back to our buddies, tell them about this. Actually, no, because then we're not gonna have a game plan. You won't know what's going on. We should both go back and tell them what we see and decide what. And there's a big door. We should tell them about all this."
Okay, let's do it.
All right, that sounds good. Beep 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 beep.
Okay, so you guys scurry back.
Scurry.
That was my tiptoeing. Beep,
No,
beep, beep.
Maury stayed there. Right?
No, I don't
Well, then
actually-
I realized he won't know what our game plan is unless we all walk up, and then that will be loud. So we should probably.
I have something for that.
Okay. So yeah, you guys have reconvened with the group. Who wants to? I feel like you guys will go ahead and espouse that information.
Yes.
We'll skip the exposition for the time being.
Mm.
So Cole is down there. There's a big door. We're whispering for the sake of whispering, but I'm gonna talk because microphone.
Yeah, you guys can. You
That's
guys are
fine.
stealth.
Okay.
Just pretend you're
So
whispering.
Cole is down there with another dwarf, and there's a big door, which is what we're looking for because we think Core is in the door. Yes.
Core's in,
Yes,
Core's in front
So
of
we
the
Core's-
should go get
Core
Core.
is,
Core
is in
isn't
front
in
of
the
the
door.
door.
Core's in front of the door.
but
So not the
But-
door.
But
Core is not the door. Core is in front of the door.
Not
that's
in the
what
door.
I
also-
assumed. Yes.
There was
Not-
there was
not on the
another.
door.
There,
He's in front of the door.
you giant people, shut up. There was another humanoid with him.
Was he a
Core
A
dwarf?
dwarf?
Was he in the door or next to the door?
I mean, like,
Robbie's gonna reach out and go. One of us, if the anomaly is still there, we should pursue, or at the very least, observe.
But there's
I would
more
like to
than
observe.
Core in front of the door.
I would like to observe the situation. Please fill me in on what will happen. Please tell me in on how we will proceed with the plan. And he turns and dead silent, just shimmies along the wall and like pokes his head in the corner, and is sort of you can't spot him where he's hiding. He's just kind of like tucked into the shadows and has his face poked out. Thank you for vaping directly in your microphone, Kendrick. I appreciate it.
I tried to blow it away from the camera. I didn't realize it went right into the mic. I gotta go that way, not this way.
We get it, bro. You vape.
Says
Oh,
one who's
bro.
Josh is.
Hey, I don't want to hear
Josh just sounds like he's drinking an angry juice box.
it.
He's just like,
So Robbie is gonna go off and keep an eye on things and let.
I start sneaking that way.
Personally, I
wait,
think killing more than Core in
wait.
front of the door
I
sounds like a
wait.
chore.
All I'm trying to say, guys, giant fellows, is that Core is still dangerous and anomaly-like, and there was another human or whatever it was, and now it's dead, and he was chanting names. I didn't understand it. Maury, did you know what he was saying?
So we have to go get Core.
Sounds like a
In
bore.
front of the door.
He's in front of the door, which is good because he's not in the door. And then I start sneaking away again.
Guys, I'm pretty sure the limerick competition is next week. Save your good rhymes for later.
In working with the Brotherhood, do I know anything about a door under the city?
Give me a history check.
The door.
Yay. 21.
Okay. You've heard rumors.
Okay.
The sewers are not exactly a place that's high on the list of priorities for the Brotherhood to go visit. There's not a lot of books down in the sewer,
Yeah.
even though you've disproven that already. But there's not a lot to explore, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, no, we've been there, we checked it out, it's fine." So like the sewers are kind of this mystery. You do know that this used to be more on your history of the city.
Mm-hmm.
This could be something from the days where this was originally an entire dwarven city, that one day it literally seemed to just pop out of the ground. It's entirely likely that this could be the entrance to the original city underground before Corumvor popped to the surface. But there's never been a record of anything like this. So yay, you just found something that the Brotherhood of Books was like, no, that's not real. There's no secret city. There's no rat men in my sewers. So you're like 2 for 2 on finding things that everyone said was false. But this door is definitely, from the description, this looks like a gate to it's similar to the city gates outside of Corumvor. in size and scale.
One more and I'm done. What if Core's in front of the door to Quorum 4?
I'm gonna facepalm. That's myself.
Please roll the facepalm.
You should roll damage
Guys.
too.
It's an unarmed strike.
I rolled an 8. Do I facepalm?
It's a good facepalm. It doesn't quite have the thud that you really want out of a good
You
facepalm.
missed your
but you
forehead.
You
Guys,
just let
guys. This could be the entrance to the lost Dwarven city. Like no one believes it exists, but we may have found it. Do you know
I
what
start
There's lots of
sneaking
this is?
those things in there. I'm not sure I want to be in there.
They're
But
not
do
in
you
there.
know-
They're outside of
We
there.
can learn so much.
I sneak up to Robbie and poke my head around the corner.
Okay. As you poke your head around the corner, give me a stealth check, actually.
22.
Okay.
Wait,
yeah.
do I have any pluses? Ooh,
Plus
24.
You have +2 to your dex. Neat. So you poke your head around the corner, like here compared to everybody else. You just poke your head around, and you see Core. You recognize Core in front of this door, and he's holding something in his hands, and you can hear lightning. You can hear electricity arcing between his hands as he's pressing something together in his palms. His warhammer is leaning up against the door, and he's just got both hands on something, and he's just channeling. And you see this blue light mixed with this warm glow that looks like heated metal in his hands.
Core's turning into Thor.
Do I know what this is?
You know that Core could channel lightning because he removed the machine pieces the first time you met. This is the first time you've seen him do anything with his storm powers. This is the first time you've seen him wield lightning since he went into a coma.
How far away from me am I?
What did I say you guys are from the door? Like 30 feet?
Something like that. Yeah.
Wait, is there an
It's-
actual object in his hands, or is he just forming electricity?
You guys can't see from this distance.
Okay.
There is something glowing that reddish hue
So
between his hands.
the only people that are up there are Ronan and Robbie, right? We're kind
Correct.
of like still back.
You guys could actually let me look at Pass Without Trace. So I think you guys are silenced. You guys are like covered in silence. So if you guys wanted to have this conversation at the corner, you absolutely could. You guys are hidden enough for that.
All right,
Alright.
let's go join.
Yeah, I'm gonna move. Yeah,
Let's go join our boy.
Yeah.
Boys.
I'll reluctantly advance.
I'll go forward.
So everyone's kind of you're all peeking around the corner. Core has expressed he hasn't paid any mind to you guys.
Okay.
Um,
So should we capture him
Yes.
Try to
We need
fix
to
him.
save him.
or okay? So we've got the jump on him. What's the game plan?
I go around the corner and I whip my javelin at him, not pointy end first, and bop him in the head.
Wait. I am the sneakiest of our party. I could try to sneak up on him. Use entangling strike. Just get him stuck. And then
And
maybe
then we bonk him in the head.
and then you could bonk him in the head, maybe. Because if you bonk him and it doesn't work, it's bad.
He's made of
like
metal.
that.
We can't
Do
we can't
that.
bonk a metal thing very well.
Do we still have like enough
Do that.
stuff to tie him up?
Yes.
I'm confused if we're trying to kill him right now.
We're
or
trying to
not.
capture him. Go do your little elf thing, poke him with your sword, make vines come out and grab his butt, and then I'll come up and bonk him in the head.
Robbie goes, excuse me,
don't
friends.
like it.
And throw the rat at him.
Excuse me, friends.
Yes.
Ronan,
Yes.
earlier you were asking for a lightning cleric. You asked for someone with electrical abilities, yes?
Indeed.
Why?
He has those.
Because Cole electrocuted those little robots out of me. So I'm assuming we could electrocute them out of him.
So Robbie kind of gives you a quick once over. He goes, there appear to be no anomalies in you, but he is using lightning.
Does
He's
that go
using
through
electricity.
him, or does he like make it in front of him? Is he like, or is he like?
What?
Right now,
Mhm.
he's doing this,
Okay.
and the electricity
I
is.
also
He also coughs.
die. That's 2d6 coughing damage.
Don't make me. Don't fucking tempt me.
I also requested for some sort of a cleric that knew greater restoration. I have seen clerics with greater restoration turn someone who was turned from stone back into a person from a basilisk using that spell, so I would assume it would turn a metal person back into a normal person. That seems reasonable.
And as you start to hear the lightning get louder, and you start to see the arcs of electricity running up his arms, and he's just standing there, almost like he's praying. And the lightning starts to work its way up his arms and towards his chest. And Robbie looks, he goes, I believe the lightning has no ill effect on him.
Greater
This may
restoration.
prove more difficult. What do we do?
I'm gonna kneel down and do a prayer of my own.
Okay. What are you praying for? Just, good God, get me out of the sewer.
Yes.
God.
He's saying beer 3 times, trying to make it appear.
Good God, get me out of the sewer. Ale, ale, ale. Beer, beer, beer. Protect me.
Give me a wisdom.
Yep.
Give me a wisdom check.
19.
So you from the dragon banded ring on your finger, you feel that familiar rush of warmth come into your head, and it goes, if you want to leave, you can go forward, or you can wait and see. The ale will come later. And so you just hear the ale will come later, and then the heat kind of rushes back into the ring.
I'm gonna say, I trust you, Strange Voice, and I'm going to activate my channel divinity.
Okay.
With sacred weapon.
Okay. All right.
Can I cast enhance ability on life and use Cat's Grace?
Advantage on dex checks and does not take advantage from falling.
Is the entangle thing? Is it a dex check?
That's an attack roll.
It's an attack roll which uses dex, but that's different from a dex check.
Okay, never mind. I refuse to do that.
I take it back. Spider climb would be funny though. if you want him running around on the roof of the cavern.
I'm disappointed the Goliath didn't run around on the walls yesterday, but
I was too distracted.
It's fair.
How long does that last, by the way? Spider climb.
With concentration up to an hour.
It's up to 1 minute.
Is it up to a minute?
Yeah.
Looking
at the wrong
duration, concentration up to 1 hour. So, so Lami looks down at his sword. And sacred weapon makes a second weapon, or you imbue your weapon with with good vibes.
Imbue it with good vibes. I get a +4 on attack rolls.
Okay, so you see Lami kind of take a sword across his knees and bow his head and just say, "I trust you, strange voice." And the silver light that you guys were using earlier to light your way starts to billow out of this thing, and there's almost a musical tone coming out of this. It's still muffled by the spell from Robbie, but there's definitely there is power and there is menace in this blade. Robbie, taking his cue from the Dragonborn Paladin, reaches out his hand, and that very familiar looking angular blade just forms in his hand. He tucks it to his side. Anybody else want to prep anything before you rush this corner?
Yes.
I hold my javelin backwards and I throw Thankwol over my left shoulder with holding him with my left.
Okay.
So now it's like a little rat backpack.
Okay. Maury, what would you like to do?
Okay, I'm gonna cast Branding Smite on one of my pistol.
I have Branding Smite.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
So I do an extra 2d6 on my next attack.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just gonna draw my glaive.
You just get it ready.
Good
Okay.
roll damage.
Poke Lythar's thigh. Be like, yo, you ready?
Well, I was about to ask, for ensnaring strike, if I were to use my short swords, does that mean I technically
Have to touch him.
try? Well, yeah, but I could probably sneak up right behind. But I would have to do a stealth check.
You'd have to stealth check, but then I'd give you that attack at advantage because it's a surprise.
Right.
You could also do it with your bow if you're feeling froggy.
Well, if I say I miss though with the bow, or I have a bad roll, damage or whatever.
Damage doesn't matter as long as you hit him.
You just have to hit, and then it makes a strength save or is restrained.
Well, with the two short swords, would I get two different save numbers?
So you would attack. It's the first time you hit. So you could theoretically attack 3 times because you would attack, offhand attack, and then extra attack. So you have 3 chances to hit. Or you can take 2 bow shots, which already get a +2.
Yeah, I'm just all right. So Maury, I guess, pokes me in the thigh. Yo, you ready? And I'm gonna look over at him and just give him a little wink, and I'm gonna pull my bow out and knock an arrow and get ready.
Okay.
I guess I'm starting this thing.
Thalia, anything you want to do before this shit kicks off? Whip out the bagpipes. Be ready for some fucking inspiration.
Open the book.
I can't. Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of. I'm not gonna prep anything specific, but yeah, I'll be ready.
Okay.
I would like to point out I have to pee so bad I can taste
I was about to
it.
say, is this a good time for a break?
Everybody roll initiative.
Ooh.
And then we'll go to break.
Wait, we can't have a game plan and let me do the entangling thing first?
Well, okay, so this initiative track will be separate.
Oh, okay.
Because right now you're leading with that ensnaring strike.
I was about to say, I was like,
everyone will get, and then everyone will get around in whatever order they choose, and then we go into initiative order.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
I got a big old 2.
Oh, hang on. I'm rolling the wrong dice for this.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Bad roll for initiative.
That's not.
This is YouTube appropriate.
This is currently YouTube appropriate.
I got a dirty 17.
What the hell's
You
wrong?
don't have to say dirty.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, great. Initiative track. So Let's start top to bottom. Ronan. What'd you get?
17.
Yo, me too.
Ow.
Thrall, what'd you get?
2.
You have an initiative modifier?
Nope.
Maury,
I got a 17.
what's your dex?
Mine is +1.
+1. And Ronan's is +2. So. And then Frank goes right after you. Lami, how'd you do?
20, 30.
Lythar?
7.
You got a? Did you not 1, or did you do 2
I got a 2 and I got a +5 initiative.
modifier? Thalia, how'd you do?
14.
And let me see. Robbie got. So Robbie got an 8. And
What does Thankful get?
great question. What the fuck? I've rolled 3 7s in a row.
It's a lucky dice.
Yeah, keep that out for when things are attacking us.
Oh no, those are the
Yeah.
metal dice.
That was not the metal dice.
I know, but the metal dice will be coming.
Carded that. Thankful did. So Lythar going first. You want to
Real
take your
quick.
2 bow shots and try to ensnare him?
I thought we were going potty. I have to pee so bad.
We're gonna do the
Every-
ensnaring strike.
Oh my
We're gonna
God.
see if the ensnaring strike lands, and then we're gonna keep going.
Chris,
This is
just
just-
buddy.
No,
It's all-
I want to know what happens.
All right, so I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike.
Make this take as long as necessary.
I'm gonna. Lythar's gonna. He's gonna sit there. He's gonna go.
I was mostly joking.
All right. So I do the bonuses like a normal attack, right?
You are rolling this at advantage because it's a surprise attack,
Oh, thank God.
but
so I
you're
can
just
roll
doing
it. Can I
correct.
roll again? Because thank God that was bad.
Since he's shooting an arrow, if he misses the first one, is the second one still a sneak attack because he would have heard the
It's
arrow
still a
hit the-
surprise
hit the-
because
hit the wall?
it's still his round.
Mm.
Surprise! Yeah, it's a whole round of
All right.
surprise.
He's shooting 2 very quickly.
Is the magical weapon +1 on damage or hit?
Both.
as well?
+1 to hit, +1 for damage.
So that means I got 22 on the second.
Nice.
The first roll was bad. The first roll was a 3, so that would have been like 14.
Okay.
But it's still your
Um,
first
22.
attack.
So the first attack hits. Roll for the second attack.
The 22 is the second one.
You're rolling at advantage, so you're gonna
Yeah.
roll.
I
So your
the first
first
time
one-
the first one I got was a 3.
Did you roll twice for your first attack because you are at advantage?
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
so your first attack is a 22.
22.
Okay, your second attack,
roll
you'll
again.
roll twice again, and add all your modifiers.
Uh,
We'll get there.
it's, I fucking hate rolling here. Now I got the second one would be a 15.
At advantage, you rolled twice and took the higher.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
a 2 and a 4.
Wow. So your first arrow hits. What is the difficulty on your spells? Difficulty is 13.
Ooh.
So the first arrow thunks into the side of Core's, just like straight into where the ribs would be on a human.
It's metal.
So the shot, and you see these vines start to grow over him, and you see one hand close around whatever the orange glow is, and the other hand just takes and grabs the vines and just peels them off. and throws them off to the side.
Mm.
And he turns, and you see those red eyes start to sweep their way across the room to you guys. That is where we will pee before Chris wets himself.
Yeah.
So,
Here we go.
Last
so
time
Lythar
on
took
Dragon Ball
his.
Z.
Well, we're back. Lythar took his pot shot, hit. Unfortunately, not quite quick enough on the vines that were supposed to grab him. So we'll just run through a quick round of initiative order first.
We already did this when I was pissing myself.
Correct. We're gonna do one round of initiative because this is a surprise round, and then we'll do another round with core in the mix. So first up is Lami with the dirty 20.
Oh no. Well,
Lightning bolt. Lightning.
Friends, this plan is going swimmingly, so I'm going to do something laid down by the order before me millennia ago. And I'm just going to sprint full speed at this fucker while screaming, Leroy Jenkins.
Who the fuck is Leroy Jenkins?
Oh, you already have inspiration. Otherwise, I'd give it to you.
You haven't seen that, Chris?
No, I haven't.
What?
Ronan hasn't seen that.
Okay.
Gotcha.
The tale of Sir Leroy has been passed down for generations. Everyone's heard of this particular urban legend. So, embodying the spirit of Sir Leroy, Lami, are you gonna come in and be mad about something?
I'm gonna attack him. I'm gonna attack him hard.
Headbutt him.
With some smites and some things.
You gonna two-hand this shit?
Yes, I think I should two-hand this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Branding Smite on top of that, just in case, as my bonus action.
Okay.
And all the Divine Smites, like a level 2 Divine Smite. We're going with it.
I'm going to hit him once, and he's gonna feel it. Extra 2d6 radiant in addition to your sacred
2d6
weapon.
and 3d8. Sacred weapon is just for the attack roll. I don't think it does
Right.
damage.
Nope, just +4 to the attack roll. So 2d8 for Branding
I
Smite.
need to snag a d10 real quick. But yes, that's what the plan is.
You two-handing this?
Yes, going in with 2 hands.
What level are you burning your Divine Smite at?
Oh, 2nd level.
2nd level? Great. Oh, God. And it's the next time you hit?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's this hit.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to roll now.
Did you
And
make
we're
it to
gonna
him?
Do I make it?
He'll be, yeah. You're in the surprise round. Like, you're gonna get that. I'll give it to you because you invoked Leroy Jenkins.
Just give me the hit.
No, I'll give you the
He may have. You said the hallway was like 30 feet.
like you'll get there. You'll get right to him.
Nice.
What's your hit?
I haven't rolled yet. I'm scared. But here we go.
Nat 20.
It's a natural 20, Curtis.
Oh God, I love it.
I was scared it was an F.
So
Yeah, I thought it was in that one.
I need to do some math, but
you see, like, everyone just sees Lami just like pull himself up to this full like 6.5 foot height, this sword glowing in his hands. He goes, "Enough waiting around. Let's do this." Two-handed sprint, just runs in and gets this, like he's playing baseball. And just he turns and just takes this sword right across the face Roll damage for me.
Maybe you'll cut off his beard.
Curtis, this is a lot of dice.
Uh-huh. It's the math I'm worried about.
Now, I have seen 2 ways you can be mathing while I ask this, of crits being done 2 ways. You roll and then double the number of the dice, and you don't double the modifier, or you roll the double amount of dice. So instead of rolling
So,
Fuck, I forgot it's a crit.
As a
Yeah.
paladin, I roll double sword damage, double divine smite damage, and double branding smite damage.
and then do you just double the number on each
You will
die?
only roll. You will roll double. Fuck.
I know the divine smite gets doubled.
The divine strike will double. The branding smite, because that's technically is that a spell, or is that just like?
It is a spell, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Boy, this fight went off to a great start and then petered out immediately because we're like, how do divine strikes work with crits? I'm on the wrong character sheet. That's why I can't find smites. I'm like, why does he have this? That's weird. That's a cleric thing.
Yes, I know divine smite doubles. I'm pretty sure the spell does.
So the spell, the branding smite will not, because you're
Okay.
only hitting him once.
Got it.
The divine smite, you're burn. So the divine smite, you'll have to burn 2 spell slots. I will let you burn it on, because you
But
have
I know
to burn a
divine
spell
smite doubles because it's not a spell. It's a
When you hit with a melee attack, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal 2d8 or extra radiant damage to the target, plus 1d8 for each spell slot higher than the first. Plus 1d8 against undead or fiends. Fun fact, that won't matter.
But that's just normally, though. That's not if it's a crit.
but it's
Let me see this.
Reddit says yes.
Doth linketh thou Reddit post? Henceforth.
What?
I thought crits
Okay.
were like a DM discretion. He can do whatever he wants.
It is a DM discretion. Some people are like, you do max damage and then roll. Unfortunately, that rule would then apply to enemies critting you, and then like a challenge rating 8 is just one-shotting people.
Yeah.
Like dead.
So
dead,
yeah,
even like-
because you linked an appropriate Reddit article and had backup for it, I'll totally allow that.
This is a lot.
So you get
I'm burning 2d10s.
2d10 for the long sword.
66s and 2d4s.
2d6 for branding smite.
Yes. And then the 66
Two- Divine Smite's a D8. That's 48 for the Divine Smite.
No, it's 3d8 at a second level.
Oh, because you are burning. So 3d8 plus
But
branding
it's
smite.
68 because I'm critting.
Correct. 68 and 2d6.
Yes.
See, a shame
2d10,
it's not
2d6,
69.
68. We're going to
You know-
roll and then we're going to get a calculator out.
Do I get inspiration for that joke?
No,
Sad.
I just want everybody to
It-
hear this. I don't,
Chris, I'll give you inspiration if you find a 9-sided die.
I find a 9-sided die. Can it be on
And
the internet?
if you mail me a 9-sided die, I will give you a point of inspiration.
Oh, I don't know. Funny, though. They do exist.
Mail me one. Get me a D9.
that is 64 points of damage, sir.
And it's all radiant. Hold on, I have to do a calculator. Oh, Jesus. I'm just doing this math on a calculator just to save myself some time.
And core explodes.
So
Actually, crit as a paladin before.
wham, and you see this burning, glowing gash just slash across Core's chest, and it cuts through the lightning,
Mhm.
and the lightning just charges into the sword and then back out again. Like the lightning wraps itself around your sword and then pulls back. I think does he have a reaction?
He gets acne.
Um,
The
A
bad
mild
kind.
rash.
okay. So yeah, just like you have cut through the metallicized clothing that he was wearing, and you cut through his shirt. You cut through the mail he was wearing, and you see his belt that had it looks like it has an urn attached to it, drops to the floor. But Core is still standing there. His red eyes are locked on you, and he's snarling. Like his
Extra
face
attack.
is just drawn up in
Going once
fury.
more. Extra attack.
Okay.
Do it.
That one is a 21 to hit.
It's meet or exceed. So yes, you hit on the second one.
Well, that's terrifying. Okay. And can I use my divine smite extra attack too?
Yeah, because you're making the attack action.
Excellent. Just a first level divine smite.
Mm-hmm.
Not as cool. That is... That's 18 points of... Wait, plus 3. 21 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm terrified.
The second hit is less exciting, but you just get this two-handed, and then you swing around and cut him across the other side. And this one, you actually cut off some of the metal beard where he was, and his face just kind of rocks with the impact, and he just looks back at you, and you see the lightning in his hands. You feel that hum when you're around a generator. This is more specifically for you out of character. You feel that hum is right on the edges of your senses, and you see the lightning turn from like this blue to basically just this pure white in his hands.
Oh no.
And his hands have not moved,
Oh no.
despite the fact that you just hit him with your best punch.
Yep.
So next up is Ronan.
I charge forward at Core. I'm gonna throw Thankful at him.
Okay.
Why?
This
He's
is
like a flapping Magikarp.
Are you? Is this your action?
It would be an attack action, I believe.
Okay, is an improvised weapon. Do you want to? Okay, are you
Well, I
raging?
basically knock him down with it.
Are you raging?
No.
Do you want to rage first, or do you want to do this calmly and politely? Excuse me, sir. Here.
I'll rage.
Thank you. I don't want to tell you how to play your character, but you should do that
So
at all
to
times.
Well, I only had 2 left, so I didn't want to. I roll a d8, right? That is a 6. Which,
You have to roll a d20 for the attack because you're throwing.
But I do magical things. when I
Oh,
rage.
right, that weird shit you do.
Arcane energy taps into the minds of those around you. Each creature within 30 feet of you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or you see a glimpse of the creature's thoughts, learning how it plans to attack you. As a result, the creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the start of your next turn.
Okay. All
What's he
creatures.
thinking? All creatures.
That includes your teammates.
Yes.
Great.
Well, it's attacks against me would have disadvantage.
It's still important to do that. You're still. Fuck! Why can't Breath of the Wild Soul? Does this have the rage? Where's the rage trick? There it is. You rolled a what?
6.
Okay.
It was kind of boring considering how the rest of them work.
you feel that churning boil of energy pulses out, and you feel the people around you. You feel their thoughts are comforting. This wave goes out and hits Ronan, and
It hits me.
you hear at first nothing, and then you just hear, it would almost be screaming if it wasn't metallic. You hear whirring and clanking and this static cacophony as it just rebounds back at you, and you just hear this shrill noise. But as the surge kind of peters out, the noise fades with it, but you're left with this feeling that there was nothing human or dwarf in what you got back from that.
So he's not a creature anymore?
He's a metal boy.
Define creature.
I don't know. I don't know what creature is defined as in D&D.
Mari, you're up.
Does Robbie... Well, I still can throw the thing at him.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was your rage.
That was my rage.
So you when you get the pulse from everybody else, everyone's kind of conforming to like their part of the plan, as rough as it is. Just like incapacitate the dwarf is really the plan, and everyone's working their best route to figure this out. Robbie, when you feel that pulse, it's like a sonar ping. It pulses off him and comes back to you, and you hear you feel this very rigid thought structure, but there are thoughts there. You can feel that. You can feel that he is alive, and he is of his own mind. There's a part of him that feels way too big to be in that body. Like if this was light instead of thought, his shadow would be way bigger than him. But you get that ping back, but it feels this feels nothing. This feels unnatural and mechanical and strange. Give me a real quick wisdom check, actually.
Ooh, 19. I don't know what my modifiers are.
+0.
Oh, am I 0 wisdom? Yeah, 0 wisdom.
Yeah. You, like, as you're kind of parsing through this noise, you get a weird feeling that you thought you heard. You're grasping for something normal, and you hear a voice just say, "For the children," and then it's gone. I did this for the children, and it's like a hand reaching up out of an ocean, and you touch it for a split second, and then it's gone. It gets pulled away by the current.
The core is still in there.
Maybe.
I throw Thankful at him.
You throw Thankful? Cool. Give me an attack roll.
Jesus.
So my goal with this is to knock him down, by the way.
Okay. See, actually, that, you know what? Because that's not a true attack. I would just call that a check. I'll give you, I'll just make that a strength check. That'll just be your action.
Use the roll that I just did.
You do get advantage because you're raging.
Okay. I rolled an 11 both times, +5, so 16.
So you get Thankful, and you turn, and you just huck him, and he's just like, "This wasn't part of the plan," and he turns, and as Core is turning with that lightning beginning to grow, it hits him, and Thankful crisps.
Uh-oh.
You see, like, because he hits like in the arm and close enough to that center where the electricity just arcs out and grabs Thankful and just cooks him top to bottom. There's not even time for Thankful to scream before he is charred and just drops, and his armor is still arcing, and he is just cooked. He is down. Like DED dead.
So now do I get attack rolls?
No, because you used your action to throw.
Okay.
So let me just remove Thankful from the initiative track.
And
what was he gonna
flop
do,
around
crawl?
like Magic Carp?
He was going to do his best.
He's gonna splash.
Are my
Samori.
chains okay?
You can't tell. There's kind of a cloud of smoke around
Okay.
Core right now.
I'm sure that's fine.
It smells bad. Samari,
Burning
you're up.
rat.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do a. Well, I'm gonna cast. The heck, I lost my spells. Hold on.
I think you have a branding smite on your. Do you have a branding smite on one of your pistols?
I think he did that, yeah.
Yeah, you have a branding smite on your pistol.
Oh, okay. So if I use a cantrip, it won't do this. It won't add to that. It'll only add to the pistol.
Because it takes concentration.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't.
Then I'm just gonna shoot him. That's one of my.
Cool.
twice.
Give me a range. Do you have extra attack?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, you'll attack twice. Branding smite's on the first one. Add your intelligence modifier instead of your instead of dex because it's a handgun.
Okay. So I got a 6.
Okay.
Plus 3, so 9.
Okay. Yeah, first shot goes wide. Second shot. You can also, if you're not going to use your bonus action, you can take a third shot, but your bonus action lets you tell Robbie what to do. Or not
Yeah.
Robbie, Frank.
Yeah.
Very important to keep the robots separate.
The second one's a dirty 20.
Okay. Second shot goes wide.
We've already established his AC is 21. I met it.
Oh.
So yeah,
This is
you
not gonna
pull
be
out pull out your pistol, boom, boom, and these two bolts just kind of fling out, and just one flies over his shoulder, the other one tucks and just whizzes right past his hip.
Oh no.
I guess for my third action, I'm going to send Frank over there.
What are you gonna have Frank to do? You gonna just have Frank punch him?
Yeah, with his rending.
Force powered rend? Okay. So Frank comes around the corner, sword and board, ready to go. His tried and true battle tactic of just get the fuck in there.
Picture him just running around like this.
Clank, 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 clank. So give me an attack roll, sir.
It's a 19 plus
Plus
1.
4.
Plus 4.
Force and powered rend, melee weapon attack, plus 4 to hit.
So
Right.
23.
Okay, so 23.
23. Yeah, Frank lands a hit.
Good job,
I
Frank.
love it.
Tiny little
1d8 plus 2.
I would like to remind everyone that Frank is still wearing a hat, I believe.
Ooh, he got a 10.
10 total? Wow. So he gets the swing in, and it hits, and you hear this kind of chimes as it pangs off of Core. It doesn't look like it did any structural damage. He definitely thwacked him, but it doesn't look like it hit quite as well as Lummy's fucking god swing. Lummy tried to one punch man him, and you're like, for those of you who watch, you're the guy on the bicycle. Frank's doing his best. So I think that's Frank. So Thalia.
Moomin Rider, that's what's name.
Moomin Rider, thank you. I couldn't remember his fucking name. So Thalia is gonna turn the corner and she's going to point. She's just going to turn the corner, take a quick look over everything that's happening, and just point at Robbie. Or not at Robbie. That's very important. Core.
That's
The other
not
metallic
racist.
person point it at Core in the middle of the mosh pit. And what spell is that? What kind of spell is that? Second level. So she just points and she goes, "Stop." And you see the lightning and the glowing heat. Because Lami, now that you are standing next to it, you could feel the heat from something in here.
In his hands?
In his hands, not just from the lighting, but you can see that something is heating in there. You see it start to cool and go from that blinding white back towards that red. And Core just kind of focuses in and ramps up that lightning again. And it basically just like and just continues to just pour energy into this thing. So that's that slot. What else can she do? What else can Thalia do? This will be super boring, and I apologize because I'm juggling fucking 4 characters.
Well, now 3 because Ankle's dead.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
Thankful is
assuming
dead.
he's dead.
Oh no, he is cooked.
Yeah.
He is.
He's
He
a
is.
making mole rat.
And she's going to just turn to who's next in the track. She's going to turn to Lythar. And she's going to just like be like, "You got this. Hit him again." And she is going to use her bardic inspiration.
Bagpipes.
This one she's just singing, because her bagpipes are currently like on her back, but she's just singing. She's singing a battle song.
Valio plenty throw.
Yeah,
Third point.
man.
Not quite. It's closer to it's closer to the Dragonborn comes than throw a coin to your Witcher.
Hey.
Tell you, I tell you, the Dragonborn comes. So you get an extra D8 on your stuff, Kendrick.
That gave me an
Damage
amazing
rolls.
idea for a new character.
Inspiration
extra
die
D8.
for one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. Can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
But we know what the outcome will be because 21 is his.
So
He's ignoring that comment every time.
Secretly,
so
I'm
he-
taking damage this whole time from all the words I keep saying.
No, you're not taking damage. I'll tell you when you're taking damage. So that's her. So Lythar, you're up.
All right. So, after she triumphantly tells me, "You got this, attack again," I'm going to be like, "Yeah!" Bop!
I got this.
I'm going to use, math. I'm going to use Colossal Slayer. Well, that's, I guess, stacked on after.
Colossal Slayer will, after you hit, do you want to
I-
cast a spell before you swing?
Oh, yeah, I want to use Hunter's Mark.
Did you... What level did you cast Ensnaring Strike at? First or second?
First. So I
First.
have 2 level 2 slots left and 1 level 1 slot.
Correct.
Is there a big difference?
Not for Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
Ensnaring Strike just ups the damage after you hit. You have to hit
Okay.
first. So yeah, you're going to Hunter's
So I'm
Mark.
gonna cast Hunter's Mark, which
Is an extra D6 when you hit, plus an extra D8 for Colossus Slayer.
and the extra from her inspiration, correct?
Not for damage. That's just a hit.
Oh, well, word. Sweet. All right. So I cast Hunter's Mark. All I can imagine is from like WoW when you see the red thing plop above them.
Yeah, there's all of a sudden a weird elvish glyph just appears over Core and just kind of settles onto his chest.
Yes.
He's an unhappy sim.
Pretty much.
Oh, nat 20 for the attack hit. Not
Okay.
even joking. I can show you.
No, I'll believe you.
Also, well, I want you to look at these dice. These are how old these dice are.
Oh, nice.
It just
Well
looked like
aged.
dice.
Yeah. Well, they're not all fancy and shit.
Mhm.
Oh shit! I messed up the angle.
That's okay.
Oh,
So
oh god. Oh
so
no.
you will roll.
Oh, so that's a crit then too.
So you will roll double. So you'll roll 2d8 and add 5. Oh god, 1 second. Hunter's mark. So you'll do 2d6 for your hunter's mark.
2d6s.
2d6 for your hunter's mark, 2d8 for your longbow, and 1d8 for Colossus Slayer.
Okay.
Not expecting
lot
two. I was not expecting 2 crits in this surprise round.
All right. Oh, my first d6 was a 1.
Okay.
The next one was a 6,
Okay, so it's 7.
7.
and
Roll
then
your 2d8s
2d8s.
for your bow.
8
Okay.
15.
and 1.
Okay.
16.
And then a d8 for Colossus Slayer.
6.
Okay.
22.
So what was the
21.
That's
22?
because you had
22,
16.
22. Yeah.
Is that plus
Okay.
your modifier yet? Your plus whatever?
Plus your 5.
Oh.
So
Plus
20.
5.
So
27?
27. Okay.
Wait, what's the plus 5? Oh wait.
It's your dex
Well,
mod for your bow.
Isn't it actually plus 6 because of the magic weapon?
Oh, you're correct.
So 28.
So,
Boom.
so you just get another boom, and you land this shot right in where Lami had slashed it earlier. And Core, this is the first time Core like actually kind of takes a step back. And the eyes are now like the red behind the eyes is like kind of focusing down, and it just locks eyes with you.
Shit.
And you still have a second attack, my friend.
Oh. Fuck. That was all the first attack.
That was
roll?
all the first attack because you crit.
Oh.
He's gonna take critting away from us, guys.
That's not nearly.
No, I'm not taking critting away because Core can crit.
Ooh. Wait. So how much was Thalia's bonus? 8.
1d8.
Okay.
So you roll
I-
a d8 and add it.
Well, so I rolled a d20. I got a 4. Plus 11 is 15. And now I roll a d8.
Plus 11. Dex plus proficiency. You're at, oh, it is, yeah, no, because you double your bonus. So yeah,
Well,
so you're at
it's-
15. You're at 15 right now.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, because it's plus 10 plus the 1 from magic.
Plus the 1 because it's magic.
And then I rolled a d8.
So if you want to burn the Bardic Inspiration, now's the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Ooh. Do it.
God, I can't wait for 4.
That was a 3.
So the second shot, it goes, it doesn't hit in that gash, it hits his shoulder and just caroms off and goes flying down into the cave. So that is Lythar.
That was the most damage I've ever done, I think.
Thrall, I'm an. Oh, nope, I'm not an asshole. I forgot you rolled a 2. I just didn't give you a number of the list.
It's okay.
I just saw 2 and I was like, does that mean he's going second? How did I do this math? So Robbie is a little displeased. So he's going
Why
to.
is he displeased?
He comes around the corner with his sword in his left hand, and you see his hand split and retract into that bracer, and he points his sword at Core, and the eyes leave Lythar and go straight to Robbie. And he just points. He goes, "You are an anomaly. You will be studied and then removed." And he does a cool thing that I can't remember what it is.
Eldritch Blast?
Well, yes,
Or the
but he does
bubble.
other things.
Becomes Mega Man and
Yeah,
yeah. But the first
Is it
time I
the
did that, I
meme
was like
bubble?
the black hole in the wall or thing.
Yeah.
And you just see a similar. You see from the point of the sword a beam of light shoots out and hits Core right in the forehead, and you see the symbol that's on Robbie's hand, that evenly spaced gear with the 2 dots in it. Brand like just kind of slam into the center of his head.
Oh.
And he swivels. He, like, as he's walking, he just steps, turns, fires 2 shots. Because he burns one of those, which is ranged spell attack. That's the Robbie die. I'll just roll both at once. Both shots, he fires them in rapid succession, so they spiral into each other and slam into the chest, into Core's chest, and they, where he's holding the lightning, and the bolts seem to just get eaten into this lightning that he's gathering in his hands. And also you see him, he looks a little deflated, like he looks older. It's not quite like, it's like looking at a brand new statue versus a statue that's been in the rain for a while, where it kind of like, it looks weary.
He time wizard him.
A little bit. You just see that like Core is starting to, like, his posture isn't quite as steady as it was a minute ago, before he attacked. That's Robbie. We're skipping him this round. So Thrall, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna run up with the rest of them and hit him with my glaive.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
guess
give him a good swack. Do you want to give yourself? Do you want to use your fighting spirit and get advantage?
yeah, well, yeah, I probably should.
Okay.
I got a 19.
And that's with advantage.
Yeah, with advantage.
Okay, so you get that swing in, and it glances off his arm. Like you are you stabbing? Are you slashing? What's your?
I'm just doing like a
Just like an overhead, kind of reaching over and just stabbing down at him. You feel the glaive hit, and you see it dig into his head and scrape down his face. There is not even a mark where the glaive just scraped across his face. I believe, yes, you do have a second attack. This one you do not have advantage. Oh, to the end of the current turn, so you do have advantage on it. Samurai's a fun class.
I got a 24.
24. That one will hit. So 1d10 plus 5 damage, please.
14.
14. Great. So this, and you're like, no, fuck you, I'm doing that again, and you just hit the same point, and you follow that scrape down, and it just like you finally see it like bite into and scrape its way down, and you see this bright streak where the blade cut through into the layer of skin. And cool. So that's the end of the track. Real quick, I need to make a roll. So you see Core looking around at all of you, and he takes his hands and he pulls them apart, and you see this coruscating, arcing lightning bouncing back and forth between his fingers. And he just takes his hands like this and slams them together. And everybody, give me a. Everybody, give me a con save.
I love that my con save is plus. That's a 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
22.
I got a 22 too.
What's your con save modifier? Mine's plus
I
6.
got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Mine is plus 4.
I need to roll Robbie and Thalia.
Or no, that's plus 5 because I get plus 1 on saves.
Or no, Robbie and Thalia are both at
So I
range.
got a 23.
How'd Frank do, Robbie? Or Mari? He's a plus 4 on his con.
So he got an 18.
Okay. So this blast of thunder kicks out from everybody. And you feel the pressure wave hit you, but you don't go anywhere. However, I need to find some dice. I should have done this before. But
That's a lot of dice.
no, I'm just finding my D8s.
Not usually a good sign.
Everybody will take 13.
Damn it.
Except Mari's out of range. Frank will take 13. Basically, everyone who ran up to melee attack him will be taking 13. So you're fine, Lythar. You're out of range.
Thank God.
Don't we take it at a disadvantage because we're next to Lami?
So,
That's attacks, not spells.
yes, it has to be a direct attack.
Mhm.
And I could only use it on one person per round.
And so when he brings his hands together, and there's this thunderous boom, and as he pulls his hands apart again inside the lightning, Lami and you guys recognize it's the amulet he had when he was still human that he'd been holding on to and had held on to when he was channeling that lightning to try and cleanse you all. That symbol is now molten and being shaped into something else. And he turns and points his hand at the lowest slot on the door. And this molten piece of metal hurls the 15 feet and just presses against the door, that bottom lock. And you all hear this enormous clunk. And the lock separates at the center along the seam of the door and slides open. And we're
Is the
back at the
door
time.
all the way open?
No, there is one lock left in the middle of the door.
Well, he can't reach that, so I think we'll find
And at the center of this lock, it's hard to see, but you guys are close enough that I'll give it to you. There is a bluish greenish flame in the center of this block. about a third, a little higher up on the door. Is this flame burning inside this lock behind a piece of the glass that looks like the same glass that they used on the lamps in the hallway. And Lami, you're up again.
Oh Lord. I don't think I have a choice, but you said his belt fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that go?
It's at his feet.
It's just a belt.
It's shiny. It's metal. It has an urn attached to one of the clipped into it.
Is it a metal urn?
Yes.
You remember what's inside it?
No.
Am I allowed to share that information or no?
You know what it is.
I do.
You can shout it if you want. Depending on what. Let's see what Lami does with it before you shout that information.
I don't know what I want to do.
It was important to like his background and stuff.
Oh no.
When what you remember, Lami, is when he had all of the metallic contagion inside him, he grabbed his amulet and he grabbed this urn. And those were the points where the lightning was arcing across his chest when he tried to purify himself, which led him to this state.
Well, the urn's kind of off of him, so I think that's okay.
I don't believe he mentioned it in any of your conversations with him.
He did not.
So,
okay. I am going to hit him again.
Okay.
Just gonna use a first level divine smite and give him a whack.
Okay, roll that damage for me.
Oh, I love channel divinity. That's a 29 to hit. Well, it's +4 on my +8, so it's +12.
+12, and you got him at the 17. Okay. Sure. Are you out of spell slots yet?
Almost. Getting there.
Boy, this fight out of the sewers is going to be really rough for you, I think.
Oh. Stop saying things, Curtis.
Sorry.
There's my dice.
I'll stop speaking.
Okay, so 22 points of damage.
Okay.
Extra attack, just a regular attack. I'm just gonna whack him.
I forgot about how front-loaded paladins get. That's their entire job, is to just one-shot whoever they can.
That's what we do. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
That'll do. Regular hit. Well, it's 6 damage, so you weren't far off, Chris.
Single digits. Man.
How the mighty have fallen.
Okay. That's Lami. Ronan, you're up.
Am I within melee of him? I threw the rat at him.
Did you take the 13 from the Thunderwave?
Yes.
Then yes, you're melee range. Or you're within 15 feet. You can get within melee range.
All right, I'm going to stay at 15 feet, and I'm going to take my javelin and flip it around so it's the butt. I'm going to throw it at his noggin.
Okay. Roll the hit.
I don't get plus anything for attack rolls because it's not a melee attack. Right? Nat 20.
Damn. That's
4 crits.
That is 3 crits in a round and a half of combat.
Hey, if we need it, this is the time we need it.
One moment.
So I'm bonking. I'm trying to do non-lethal damage. I'm gonna bonk him. Give him the old.
Why are you trying to be non-lethal?
Because we're trying to save him. We're not trying to murder him.
20, so it doesn't really matter.
If you kill him, though, you could decide to do that.
If so, he looks still pretty hale and healthy. But if you want to give him a whack,
how does non-hurdy damage work?
it'll be
You-
bludgeoning instead of piercing in this instance.
Chris, if you
Um,
take something to 0 points of health, you can choose to make it unconscious or kill it.
Oh, really? Is
That's up to you.
that how that
Mhm.
works?
Yes.
Especially if you're going bludgeoning, I would allow it depending on it's hard to do that with a bow. It's usually melee combat. You go for the unconscious, but if you're flipping around the javelin and beating him with the blunt end, I would let
I mean,
you
I get
it.
3 attacks this round, so I'm gonna bop him.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna bop him. It'll do the same amount of damage, right? It's just non-lethal damage.
It's just bludgeoning, not piercing. Yeah.
Does that matter to him? Or don't I
Don't know.
know?
You have to find out. Everyone else is hitting with piercing or slashing so far. No one's tried to bludgeon him to death.
Okay. My javelin shatters. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
Anything I feel. Anyway,
I don't remember what I roll.
so you
1d6
20
and 1d8.
1d6 plus 1d8 twice, and then you'll add 5 to that result. One d8, 1d6 plus 1d8 plus 6. I apologize because it is still magical.
Oh boy, this is garbage. Okay, so 4, 5, 9 plus
6 is
9.
15 plus
What?
6.
Plus 6?
It's
But
your
it's-
strength. You're not adding proficiency.
Why not?
You don't add proficiency to damage. You add your modifier.
You add the thing that it says on the.
So it's 1d8 plus 1d6 plus 5 because it's a
What's
strength
DC
attack.
mean?
Difficulty class.
Okay. So yeah, I did
I'm afraid of what that means.
Uh,
9 plus 6 is 15.
15 points of
Blunt.
boppy damage.
Boop damage.
Boop. There it is.
Oop,
You
there it
booped him.
is. The
Um,
most uninteresting nat 20 ever.
okay. And you still have 2 other attacks.
2 other attacks. So the next one's gonna be my offhand, I guess.
Okay. So you don't add proficiency. You don't
Well, that
add
is
yours.
a nat 8, so that's not gonna hit regardless.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh, and then your extra attack.
Roll the 3.
Yeah, no. So you guys see this javelin just go thunk and it'll beat him right on the mark that Robbie left on him. It just thunk, and then it snaps back to his hand, and he throws twice more, but they both go wide. Maury, you're up.
I'm gonna take a couple of shots at him.
Okay.
I don't really have much else I can do.
Could pee on him.
That's not an attack action. You still have your branding smite up.
No,
Yeah,
I
'cause that-
burned both my second level slots.
It lasts for a minute.
Oh, so it's the next.
It's the next time you hit in the next 10 rounds of combat. So that's still up.
Neat. All right. Well, then that's what I'm gonna do then.
So you're just gonna attack and try to
Damn it!
stack up that damage.
I got a 10 on the first attack,
Second attack.
so 20.
Is that's with your intelligence and
Yeah, my plus to hit is 6, so I got 14 plus 6. 20. And then with my bonus action, I'm gonna attack with Frank again.
you're gonna have Frank get in there. Okay. So yeah, another 2 shots from Maury, going a wee bit wide. So Frank's gonna get in there. Another force empowered rend.
Yep, and that also misses. So
So just two shots go wide, and the one shot whizzes close enough to Frank that he kind of flinches a little bit and sort of doubles back on his swing and doesn't quite hit like he wants to. So that's Maury, that's Frank. So Thalia is going to. What does she have? So you all hear her yell, "I'm sorry, duck!" And she points
Do we get
Points
to
her
duck as a
hand.
reaction?
This will be another con save
Mm.
for everybody. 10-foot radius sphere around core.
Oh, I'm not in 10 feet.
Hmm?
I'm not in 10 feet.
Didn't you
Okay.
hit it with the melee?
He threw. He's 15 feet away.
Hmm.
So Thrall and Lami
And Frank.
and Frank. Ooh, this is gonna tickle for Frank. He's
Con
good.
save.
Did you say con?
Con save, please.
18 for me.
I got a 22. So
I got an 18.
Frank got a 22.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Frank.
you hear this crashing, ringing noise. Actually, Frank has disadvantage on this.
oh, shit.
Although that doesn't matter for him because he's fine.
I got a 10 on disadvantage.
On disadvantage. Okay. So what level is
Yeah,
she?
Frank.
What level is she gonna pull that out at?
Still love you, Frank.
BRB.
Oh, that die is gone. So it's 3. I need another one. That's a D10. Where's my other D8s? Just have them. So failed the save. So Frank is going to take 17.
Oh, he's dead.
No!
And Lami and Thrall are going to take 8. But there's just this loud crunching noise that rings out in this circle. And starting basically centered on core. This thing just bursts out. He will take a little bit there. So Frank is just like crumbled. He's like, his arm is still up, like he's ready to block, and he just breaks. He just falls to mechanical pieces on the floor.
Frank. No.
Frank.
Thalia's just like, Thalia's just like,
Frank died.
Thalia killed.
Oh no. My garage heater
And-
turned off.
she's like,
Oh.
just look of horror on her face. And she turns to Robbie and she's like, I need that to not happen to anybody else. And so she will give him a bardic inspiration, which we will keep up there, which is fine. So she's burned 2 of those. So Lythar, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna. Is Mori next to me? Like, I don't want to waste an action. I'm gonna give Mori a look of like I feel for him because Frank is dead, and I'm doing this for Frank. I want to avenge Frank, even though Thalia kind of killed him. Frank was killed in this battle. Putting some more heart into this shot, which probably doesn't help me at all, but
It makes you feel better.
makes me feel better.
It makes
Rest
me
in
feel
peace.
better.
Rest in peace, Frank. This one's for you, Maury and Frank. So I'm gonna pull my bow back, and I better not miss. This will be interesting.
Okay. So, you still have Hunter's Mark on it. Did you
Right.
crit?
No, I didn't. That would have been amazing.
Thank God. I don't want a 4th crit before Core even gets to.
I'll say he hasn't even attacked yet.
No,
Yeah, he did. He did
Um,
Thunder Wave.
he did a Thunder Wave as part of
Oh,
what he's
right.
doing. He has not gotten to grab his Warhammer and come after you yet.
So my first attack, I got a 19.
That does not hit.
So I'm gonna
Second
roll
attack.
again. So that was close. It was like almost on 3, and then it booped over onto 17. Thank God. So that's 17 plus 11,
That'll hit.
29. Okay, so
28, but that'll hit.
or 28.
We'll let that math.
Oh,
We'll let that math ride.
Yes.
Roll damage for me.
regardless. So that's a D8 plus 6.
1d8 plus 1d6 plus 1d8. Because Colossus Slayer and
Colossal
Hunter's
Slayer.
Mark.
So I've rolled D8 twice.
Yepper.
First D8, 3.
Okay.
Second D8, 7. That's and then what's the D6 from Hunter's
D6
Mark?
for Hunter's Mark.
3. So 13. 3,
should be
7,
13.
is 10.
Yep,
and 3.
13. So first shot goes wide. Second shot, this one pings him in this, like, cuts across the scratch that
Oh,
Thrall left on him. 13.
that was for you, Frank.
RP Frank, we'll miss you, buddy.
I'm gonna pour one for Frank.
It's okay. We can
Done.
fix him. It's okay.
We
He's
can
not gone.
rebuild- We can rebuild him.
Still pouring one
So-
for Frank.
So
It's
Robbie
apple juice, by the way.
looks at
Apple
Not,
black velvet.
not sponsored.
Yeah, we get sponsored by good things.
Hey,
yeah,
it's
apple
cheap,
juice.
all right.
Yeah, so is Monkey Shoulder, and Monkey Shoulder is tasty.
Yeah. Hey, my man.
So Robbie sort of kind of sees Frank drop, and you see the purple of his eyes. There's a brief little flash of white that runs across them, and then they settle back into their purple. And even though his mask is steel and never changes, it almost looks like it settles into just this determined scowl. The smirk looks like it's gone. It could be the shadows, it could be anything, but it just looks like he is set and he is pissed. And he's going to that's the other robot. I'm gonna make sure I'm using the right
Robot.
thing.
Beep boop boop bop boop.
Beep boop boop bop.
Is that an action? That is an action.
R.I.P. Frank.
And he pulls his hand, like he resettles his Eldritch Blast, and he takes his summoned sword, and he gets both hands on it, and he just gets in there. He's gonna make a pair of attacks. Which is a D. Fuck, what weapon does he use? Bastard sword. So he's gonna get in there. Ooh, yikes! That's not exciting. That's a 3 for Robbie.
Oh, Robbie.
He just kind of gets it. He's like, "Ah," and he goes for the swing and just goes wide. And what bonus actions does he have? He's already done that. So he's just kind of in towards the thick of things, and unfortunately he does have Bardic Inspiration. He's gonna burn that while I'm thinking about it. Perfect.
It's
Doing it for
R1.
Frank.
Does he have Inspiration? He does. We're gonna fix that. There we go. That's much better.
That's
So-
a number.
Through a lot of through sheer great determination and the power of friendship, Robbie just two hand, and the blade catches here, and just, and there's a deep furrow in the metal.
So we're like literally cutting into the metal.
Yeah, and this cut is deep enough that I need to roll a d10 for damage because he's two-handing because he's mad. Okay.
Mad robot.
He is upset. And just this clean wham, it pulls, and you see inside. It would look like brain,
Ew.
except it's made of nothing but steel and gears
Mm.
So
inside.
So there's no sign of flesh. It is all machinery.
So far, everything has been machinery that you've found. Every single piece of him has been converted.
So of course
There may be some. You haven't, from what you've seen, like this is not your. From what you've seen, it looks like there's nothing left of the man inside. Everything has been replaced with machinery.
Just really quick for context, how long has it been since he was unconscious? Like, I guess the carriage ride. Like a week,
like a
2
week?
weeks?
A rough estimate with the time in the sewers. It's probably even less. It's been like 5 days.
Oh shit. Okay.
However, also remember that he was infected with. There were 4 people that he tried to purge, and he pulled it all into himself.
Right.
And force fed it lightning, which accelerated his condition. So that's Robbie. So Core gets to go. Finally.
Uh-oh.
Where is this character sheet? There we go. All right. So you see he's just been taking these hits, and that last cut across his face, and he looks Robbie dead in the face, and these Robbie's purple eyes match these red ones. They lock, and you hear everyone. Core opens his mouth, and his mouth doesn't move with the words that he says. It's just like it's opening a box. And from out of this voice, comes this booming, grating voice. Out of this throat comes this booming, grating voice. In Machina does not care for your interference. We do not need you. And get all the way to the bottom of the list. Oh God, I'm sorry. There's a lot of things happening.
Or used cutting words. Vicious mockery. Read a book.
Read a book.
Now's a great time to head over to Sheckler Woodworking's Facebook page and order yourself one of those dice trays.
One of these nifty dice trays that might kill somebody here in a second. Where's that metal D20? Let's do something fun.
Oh no.
And so Core reaches back, and his hammer flies off the wall into his hand. And he takes it and just does he just takes it, winds up, and slams it on the ground.
Mm.
Everybody, give me another con save.
Within 15
Uh,
feet?
you're at 15 feet away,
I'm in
right?
15 feet, yeah.
Give me a con save.
Am I good? Are me and
You
Maury?
and Maury are fine. You're just out of
Thank
range.
God I am ranged, because if I was
got a
within that,
6.
I'd be dead.
That is a
Oh, no.
25.
Well, 9. Sorry, a 9 total.
Thrall, don't die on us.
Hey. 23 for me.
Hey, that's what you got last time.
Yes.
I did not roll right.
Okay.
What are you drinking there, Thrall?
I keep finding it's
Diet
a 20,
lemon
it's a
lime
24
soda.
for me. I'm sorry.
Diet
keep
lemon
looking-
lime.
I keep looking
It
at my
was in the
constitution
fridge.
score and not my saving throws, and I keep forgetting I have a +1 on save. So that's a 24 for me.
What about you, Deeps? Is that lemonade?
It's orange juice.
Jealous.
2.
I fucking love
Are we
OJ.
supposed to be using
So
saving throws?
Mm-hmm.
Because if so, then I have 12.
Okay. What is his DC? Okay. 4. And he's casting it at what level?
6.
Actually, no.
7.
Bam. We're gonna burn one of these. Oh no. I need more. I forgot I have
For me
metal.
to make another character.
No.
should
No.
I should I start the
All
creation
the
process?
people with low hit points have either been disintegrated or are far enough away, I'm pretty sure.
4, 5, 6.
I'm at 28 though.
Oh,
my other D10?
but you have second wind or whatever.
I do.
You can if you would go to 0, you can stop and be like, no, fuck you.
Wait, is
Yeah,
that a
'cause-
samurai thing?
No, it's a half orc thing.
Nah.
Half
That's
orcs can drop to 0, but not killed. He can stay to 1.
Yeah,
Just
I
set
have
up and go,
endurance.
Zug zug.
You can only
Samurai
use it
can.
once
for
per
long
long
rest.
rest though.
Have you already used it?
So let's see how this goes.
Oh no.
How many dice are in your hand?
7d10
Wait, for all of us or just the people being affected?
for the people in
70
range.
damage.
Uh,
He gets to roll 7d10?
7d10. So he takes his hammer and he slams it on the ground, and this ripple shakes out, and the ground, it looks like the ground is dissolving, but you see that it is, that underneath this stone floor, a rift opens and modrons start pouring out of this ground
What?
and start swarming over you.
What's a Modron?
Those
Uh,
little robot things.
The little robot bug friends?
I have not met them.
Sorry. So it basically, like, this swarm of robots comes through the stone in the floor and starts swarming over all of you.
Oh no.
Who succeeded on the save?
I got a 24.
Oh yeah, we don't know what
Okay.
the save was. I got a.
What were? Oh,
I
I have
had
to
12.
fuck, I have to roll for Robbie.
It wasn't me.
That might tickle.
Did I get a 25? I rolled a 19. Yeah, so 25.
Yikes! What's your health, Thrall? What are you at?
28.
Oh,
Well, you're
no.
unconscious.
Okay, well that's good. He's not just
you-
dead.
If you want to burn your relentless endurance to stay up,
Yeah.
Wait, if
Prob-
wait,
I'm
hold,
gonna do
if he
that.
burns it and comes back up, he only has 1 health.
he is at 1
Yes.
hit point. He would be unconscious because this was. Sorry, let me do the math again.
Well, I'm saying if he gets up and has 1 HP, if he gets hit again, is he dead for good?
No.
No,
So-
he's knocked unconscious again.
Okay.
Because you had 24. What's your max HP?
I had 28.
You're 28. What's your max?
I had 49.
Okay. So yeah, you're 28 minus 37. So you're unconscious unless you burn that to stay at 1. Everyone
do we go
else,
negative, or do we just drop to 0?
you just drop to 0.
Okay.
The only reason that matters is if I did more than half of your health into the negatives, then you're dead.
Okay.
Oh,
Is
so if
this piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning?
This is magical, buddy.
I would like to burn my stone's endurance as a reaction.
Didn't
Okay.
you not get hit though?
No, he's in the mosh pit. He's like right on the edge, and the floor
I don't
basically just
know.
dissolved
I don't
into
know
stuff.
what happened to since I passed my save. What happens?
So you guys just take half damage, but the floor is still full of 37 and 36. You guys take 18.
I think. Oh God.
Oh crap. Oh, crap.
Do I know how many times he can do something like that?
No.
So the floor is just covered in these swarming, seething machines. Creature must make the saving throw when it enters the spell's area for the first time or ends its turn there. So on your turn, you will need to make that save again.
Can you read it one more time? I'm sorry.
A creature must also make this. So a creature takes damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. The creature must also make this saving throw when it enters the spell's area for the first time or ends its turn there.
Well, I'm already entered the spell, so if I
Correct.
stay there,
So if you don't
and end my
leave that
turn.
area, you will have to make that save
okay,
again. Or
I'm
take
gonna burn
additional
my
damage.
stone's endurance then and only take 9 damage.
Okay. It is also difficult terrain, so it takes double movement to get out of it.
What radius is it?
It's a 15-foot circle.
So I'm right on the edge.
You're right on the edge. You would burn 10 movement to move the 5 feet out of it.
Okay.
You guys in the center are having a worse time. Also, I forgot to do Robbie's damage.
We're boned.
we're not boned.
What did I say? 37?
Yeah.
Dots. So yeah, Robbie is covered in these things.
Uh-oh.
And he is not happy about it. They're getting into like the armor plating and just all up in him. And so with all of that, Core picks up his hammer and turns back to the door and moves up to the
So
to that pane.
does anyone next to him get an attack of opportunity?
You guys certainly can.
I can't, 'cause
Which
I'm
would
not
be
within melee.
Lami, Robbie, and Thrall all get opportunity attacks.
I'd like to do that.
Okay, and also Thalia gets a reaction. Let me do Thalia real quick, because she's going to Vicious Mockery, Wisdom save. Yeah, he's fine. She says something clever and witty that I can't think of right now.
Read
and
a book.
Core just ignores her. So let's start with Lami. What's your give me your opportunity attack.
Where is he going? And
He's moving towards the door.
and we're surrounded by these bug things.
You are in the center of a swarm of them.
Got it.
It's getting hard to, you can't really see anything outside of the swarm. You can see Robbie and Thrall, and you see the shorter figure walking away.
I'm going to. Oh shit!
This is just your opportunity attack, right? Doesn't
This
take
is-
their turn.
Yeah, this is just an opportunity attack. You've already burned your bonus action, I believe.
Yes.
So yeah, this is just a straight up attack. You're just gonna whack him with your sword as he walks away.
Yep. Plan.
Give him the old whack.
21 to hit.
Meats, sure.
I love the meats.
The meat
Now I
sweats.
want Arby's.
They have the meats.
Dude,
I wonder
get
what time
Arby's every day
Arby's-
for work.
Ooh,
Arby's is closed
you-
already, Chris.
It's so bad. Stop.
Have you gotten the Meat Mountain sandwich?
That's
No.
10 points of damage.
When Zach worked at Arby's, I made him.
Um,
When did Zach
Thrall,
work at
do you
Arby's?
want to do your attack? You want to take a swing at him?
Yeah, I'll take a swing at him.
I don't believe you've used your reaction. So yeah, you could do that swing. Did you use your bonus action?
No, because I didn't go yet.
Okay, so if you want to use your fighting spirit now and give yourself advantage and get 5 bonus HP. Actually no, because you can't do that on a reaction. Never mind. You just get a free swing. Ignore.
Yeah, I just want to swing.
Is it still advantage because he hasn't had a turn again because of his fighter's hokey? Or is that only that
No.
turn?
It is that turn. It is a new combat turn.
I got a 23 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll that damage.
I got 10.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you're just like you're starting to cut away, and you're seeing like the clump from these 2 swings. You're starting to see like clumps of beard, like actually falling off of him, which is weird and disturbing because it's just like falling and clanking. It kind of clanks to the floor.
Wait, do I attack twice or just once?
Just once. You just get one swing at him for free on not to return.
And
Oh.
Robbie?
Robbie is gonna take a swing. Nope, that's the wrong die. That's okay. That's still gonna hit. I used the murder dice.
So now he kills Core.
1d8.
You could.
That's so, and Robbie reverses his grip and kind of stabs with it and catches Core right where the kidneys used to be when he was mostly human or mostly dwarf. I think just like gouges in there, and Core just keeps walking. And he puts his hand up on this middle piece. He just gets up as close to it as he can. And he will do a little thing. And he just says, you hear just like, it sounds like a burst of static, but this one has intent behind it.
Is this the Elvish
Or-
word for friend?
No,
Definitely not
Um,
that.
definitely not that. Earlier,
None.
when Frank and Robbie used it, it was just a burst of noise. This has intent. This word has power behind it. And you see the flame go out. And the last piece of lock snaps open. The door opens. And Core walks in. A normal, just like a dwarf-sized door opens. And Core takes 2 steps into the darkness. Thrall, what would you like to do?
So many choices.
Can we still see him, or did he like disappear in
He-
the darkness?
It's pitch dark on the other side of this door. You can see he still has enough lightning around him that you can kind of see his silhouette. It's very hard to see.
Does it help that my sword's illuminated?
No,
I
because
channeled
you're still in the mosh pit of all the insects.
Carl can see in the dark, though, I think.
Okay.
It's less about the dark vision and more that you're trying. It's basically like a living sandstorm of
It's magical.
machines.
You can't see it.
The only
Can I
person that
use
can
second
fit-
win?
Hmm?
Can I use my second win?
That is the nope. That's the wrong character sheet.
That's a bonus action. Get regain health.
Uh,
+5.
What D10 plus 5? You certainly can. If you want to do that now. Or if you want to use that, because this is a little metagamey. You're getting an attack because you're last in the initiative order and you have the reach for it. Because we're about to wrap up. So,
Well,
if you
I guess
wanna-
I'll use my last fighting spirit.
Okay.
On him, I guess.
Okay. You want to take 2 stabs at him?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll at advantage.
I got a 24.
Okay.
And that's a nat 20. 28.
Okay. So first attack, roll damage for me.
9.
Okay. Okay. And second attack, roll damage twice. And then add your 5 to it.
Got 11 and 14.
11 and 14 separately?
Yeah.
Nice.
+5.
20. That's 20.
That was plus the 5.
Oh,
Did you add the 5 both times or just once?
Yeah, both times. So I got a 6 and a 9. So it's
So 15. So you did 20 because you add the 5. It's the 5 is outside of the parentheses.
oh, gotcha.
Because you only had that once. So 20. So you chase after him enough that you get out of this cloud of bugs and you see this silhouette walking away, and you just go into this long lunging dive, and you manage to catch his leg, and the first stab hits him right in that same kidney, like you get him right in the kidney where Robbie just got him, and your second cut catches his tendon on his back foot, and he stumbles and kind of falls away into the darkness. You don't hear him clatter to the ground, you just see him fall, and you don't see anything else, and the door shuts in 3 locks. And the swarm just turns back into the stone that it came from. Just falls to the ground. And the sound of these locks closing is echoing down the hallway as this door is shut. And that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Can
I told you we should have went to the tavern.
I do one thing first before we end? Can I run over to the dwarf that Core dropped on the ground and see what's up with him?
Oh, he's dead.
He's dead?
He is dead.
No one can fix that.
Not without it.
Unless you got a resurrection spell.
Don't have.
I don't.
He is like when you get up close, and if you want to make a medicine check, or have Thalia make a medicine check, and Thalia can run over and do a medicine check if you want to assist.
I will assist.
Okay.
I may have rolled already. It may have been a 1.
Oh, you're not much of a doctor. So what's her medicine? So yeah, as everyone kind of puts themselves together and brushes each other off, where's Thalia's character sheet? It's really hard to joke all these characters. Medicine. Okay, so she like rolls this dwarf, and this dwarf looks like he's been living down in the sewers a really long time. his beard is just gnarly and matted. And when you flip him over, you see 5 finger-shaped holes in the back of his head.
Ooh,
That
that's not ideal.
that
Do we
look
know if
like
there are like bugs in there?
there's no real sign of. You can detect magic if you feel like it.
I'll detect magic.
There is no. This dwarf has no magic aside from a little bit of lightning. In his system. The door, on the other hand, is fucking riddled with magic. Is very, very magically charged. But this dwarf is dead as stone. And it looks like from what Thalia kind of handles his head and flips him over, and she's detached enough that she's not thinking about the fact that this person was alive like a minute ago. She's holding this dwarf, and she kind of puts her hand. She's not putting the fingers in the sockets in these burrows, but she's like, this is a hand. This looks like the kind of thing that you just put. She's like, this goes through the skull. This goes into his brain. I don't know how long he was like this. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this.
Is there anywhere we could hide to take a rest?
You guys can do a rest right here if you guys are feeling froggy.
Can we
I'm
do
gonna-
a long rest because the Warforged doesn't have to rest? Sentry modes.
It doesn't have to rest. However, you are still in unfamiliar and unfriendly territory. I will do. I can see a short rest. However, there's no good spot to really set up camp. If you guys wanted to go back to the room with the running water and do something there,
I say we take a short rest here for now.
Short
Interesting.
resting.
okay.
I also want to pick up Core's belt that he dropped, and I
Mhm.
think we should just call it there.
Mhm. Call the session, or quit D&D forever.
No, call it a night.
Yeah, we'll call it there. When you go to pick up his belt, actually, real quick, Josh,
Mhm.
give me a dex check, because when you go to pick up the belt, the urn on the end starts to slip off.
Okay,
As you're, give me a dex check.
that is a 19.
Yeah. So it's about to hit the floor, and you like pop out your foot, and you prevent it from smashing onto the stone floor. The lid does jostle off a little bit, and you see something spills out of the inside, and it looks an awful lot like ashes.
Mm.
Does nobody remember this?
And that's where we'll actually stop.
Okay. Scene.
That's a wrap, everybody.